What is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream, to the Friday stream. Let me move that a little bit. How is everybody doing today? I've got my monk here. My monk hit 120 after Wednesday's stream. Actually, after Wednesday's stream, I got on and I just started leveling my monk. I didn't. There was no break. I think I was 116, maybe 117 with a little bit of rested XP. That helped out a lot as well. And I just kept leveling. Hit 120 Wednesday night. In the process of gearing up right now. And there's a few world quests. So before we go do Mythic Dungeon on my Prot Warrior and Islands on my Prot Warrior, actually, I want to get this gear just in case like new world quest spawn and there's something else I got to go do. I did get clipped by a mob there. So this is my Brewmaster monk. I need to finish setting up the bars a little bit. I know they're a little spaced out, a little wonky. What's up, nerds? How you doing, man? But yeah, for my Prot Warrior today, we've got Waycrest Manor. I want to say we did every other dungeon on Wednesday. We've had some really good runs when it comes to getting stuff done on my Prot Warrior. These past 3 weeks, kind of like gearing up for Uldir, we've had some really good days where we just jump in and do so many of the runs that we need to get done. Alright, what do we need to do here? We need to kill... Oh, I know where those guys are. One of them's in a cave, one of them's out by the beach. So yeah, just getting some gear here for my monk, and then we'll hop over to the Prot Warrior. I also need... Do you guys have any good Tauren leather transmogs? Anyone? I keep looking at stuff. This is what I kind of came up with right now, but I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. Oh no, this guy's gonna die. This guy's gonna die. Come on, clip him. No, I got there too late. Chi wave too late. You saw a group for Caesar Borealis. They're on the last boss. Wipe 20 times. Oof. Ouch. Yeah, man, Siege is, especially that last boss, if you don't know what's going on, it can be rough. Because it's basically like, there is no real boss, right? It's just a bunch of adds that you have to kill in a certain order, and then, do a certain thing, shoot the boss, and then after a few of those phases, that's when he goes down. What's up, Julia? How you doing? Alright, so right now my monk, before I started playing today, right before the stream, trying to get a few pieces of gear, I want to say I was like 295 or something like that. I don't think I'm going to be able to do heroics right now, but maybe in the middle of the stream we'll be able to get some heroics done. Let's see. Let me get this upgrade. Hopefully it's an upgrade. Random Azurite piece. I believe it needs to be shoulders in order to be an upgrade. I'm not tanking, so I don't have to worry too much about like ISB and stuff. We already had a 310 of this. Okay. So, my item level right now is 301. Not bad. Not bad item level. I think this is going to take me all the way to Dressfar. Oh no, can I outrun it? The one guy has been there since the beginning, was in the dungeon for 4 hours. Dude, that is a lot of time spent in there. Alright, so yeah, I'm item level 301 on my monk. We'll do like some normals and stuff later to get a few more pieces of gear. I think my lowest piece of gear is probably... Oh, it's my pants, 285. Yeah, 285. That's going to be the lowest. Also, like, this neck needs to be upgraded a little bit. So, yeah, my monk hit 120 on Wednesday. So, not too bad going on the monk. Let's hop over to my Prot Warrior and get these dungeons done. What's up, Kane? Kane, how you been, man? What's up, Farkas? How you doing? And thank you for that. Alright, time for the Prot Warrior. Brewmaster monk coming along just fine. And like what else we have here is my druid, my mage. That's what we have going here. But yeah, if you guys have any good like leather transmogs for Tauren, because helmets fit really weird on Taurens. They're just, oh man, helmets on male Taurens. Yeah, just let me know. This chest doesn't really go. It's different shades. That's all I could come up with. This I like. I like this right now. Rocking a little skull flame shield, cleaver. I look like I'm just part of the army. Part of Sylvanas' army. 4 hours must not be enough time to read the dungeon journal. Ouch. Ouch. You've been awesome. How about yourself? I've been good, Kane. I've been good, man. Leveling up, gearing up for this expansion. The raid, Old Deer, comes out this next Tuesday, right? Yeah, this next Tuesday. We get Mythic Plus and we get the raid. So yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to jump in there. Business keeping you real busy, Kane? Do I have anything? Oh, I think I can do one of these. No. What if we do that? 95? At least 100? There we go. Alright, Champions of Azeroth. Always good to level that up. Alright, I need to repair a little bit. Look at that. I need to repair a little bit instantly. This is going to be a slight little upgrade for me. I got this from a world quest, actually. Warforged to 340. Very similar stats, but it does have a socket. So I need to get like a haste gem for this guy, and then we're good. Arriving in for the stream hype. Ready. Welcome. Welcome. I saw your comment the other day as well on the VOD. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Everyone's keep dying, leaving you alone every single time. Yeah, man, maybe they've gotta straighten some things out there. Okay, so in terms of mythic dungeons, we did a lot on Wednesday. I believe we did Siege, Tol Dagor, Tal Dazar, King's Rest, Freehold, Motherlode, and then Underrot, Shrine, and Temple. Like Underrot, I needed to get footage for you guys. Shrine, I also needed to get footage. I did those early. The other one, the only other thing here that I have is Waycrest Waycrest Manor. Waycrest Manor. So let's find a group for Waycrest. Waycrest Manor. Stuff need tank. We'll sign it to this one. Should be good. What's going on, Bolt? How you been, man? Glad to see you're tuning in again. Crazy busy, but at the same time reducing your work hours and making more money. You're about to start training your first client. Not in the States. Wow, that's really cool. Very cool, man. Congratulations, Kane. I'm glad that your passion is taking off, my friend. We are going to Waycrest. Do I use an add-on to help you gear upgrades like Pawn? No, Scornflakes. Unfortunately, tank simulations they just aren't there. Yeah, it's really not worth it. So tank simulations, your best bet if you really want to know what is upgrades and what's not, is to learn your secondary stat priority, to learn which Azerite traits are going to be best for you, and there's a list of trinkets too. Let me see if I still have them. No, I closed it. Give me a second. Defensive trinkets. Here we go. So Scorn, here's one part of it. These are going to be trinkets depending on what tank you are playing. And then as far as like Azerite traits and stuff, Icy Veins is a very good jump off point. I saw yesterday that Azerite traits are all listed on there for whatever class, and they're listed for everyone, right? So independent of what class you are, you can go to Icy Veins. And what really matters is the outer ring, right? The outer ring is the big Azurite trait you have. And then as you go in the rings, it's not as crazy like what you need to have, right? So this is going to be big. Like my biggest trait is this one right here, Deafening Crash. That's important that I have it. After picking up Deafening Crash, everything else, it's like, it's better if you have certain traits. However, if you don't, not a big deal. So I would suggest going to Icy Veins and taking a look there. Should be 40 stat gems in G-Bank. Oh, I'll take a look. Always glad to catch you live. Yeah, thanks. Been catching the VODs though? Yeah. Yeah, I see you guys in the in the comments every now and then of the VODs. I do have war mode on too. I don't know if anyone else does. Took your advice, asked the healer how your tanking was. Healer said easy to heal. Very nice, Epic. All you need to do now is make sure you don't feel squishy at all. So start focusing on your uptime. Oh, I saw that frost mage behind me. Okay. I'm not armed right now. Like right now we get into a PvP situation. It's not gonna end well for me. Uh-oh. Stealth dude. Oh, he's level 114. And scaling has been tuned down. Thankfully. Alright, let me run in. What's up, Thomas? How you doing? Been gearing up the warrior, getting prepped for those mythic pluses, and getting your werebear leveled up when you need a break. Yeah, Bolt, I completely agree. I just finished leveling up, and I'm starting to gear up my Brewmaster monk. It's a nice break, but something I've been doing as well for like when I need a break is actually just PvPing. Going out with war mode on, I go arms. Go arms, and just go out and PvP a little bit. Alright, we're gonna do a slightly bigger pull here, but we should be okay. I'm not too worried about this pull, especially we have our avatar, we have our Deafening Crash. That's gonna be the big one. If you guys can see how long that that demo shot was up the whole time. So no big deal. I believe this week Waycrest manor is up here. I did a normal run on my mug to get some gear. Yeah, this way. Is Vengeance haste and versatility? I don't think so. I believe Vengeance is haste and crit. I could be wrong. Things have changed since Legion, so Vengeance might be something else. I haven't looked into Vengeance since Legion, so yeah, things could be way different now. Alright, make sure everybody's stuck on me a little bit. There we go. Alright, perfect. And now this person, I'm not going to worry too much about it. That person's stuck on me. Let me come over here and start pulling this next pack. The reason why I full clear the room is because we need all the room when we start pulling that boss. That boss does do like, puts AoEs underneath you where everybody's just going to run around and try to dodge each other. So since everybody's going to run around and try to dodge each other, freak out a little bit, I'd much rather full clear the room. It's not necessary, but I'd rather do this rather than have a ninja pull in the middle of a boss fight. Alright, we should be good. Getting healed up here, and then we'll pull. What's up, Max? How you doing? Had 2 healers leave LFG on your Demon Hunter? Ouch. I've been hearing a lot of like horror stories about Prot warriors. There's a lot of people that have been like, I can't play my Prot warrior anymore. I can't hold threat. I take so much damage. This is terrible. I hate this. Alright. So we gotta hit this guy. And I'll cleave him when he gets on the boss. There it is. So the way to get rid of that mind control is to make sure that that person takes 50% of their HP as damage. And then they're good. They'll pop out. Let me also pop a demo shout here. Let's get a thunderclap going. This demo shout isn't going to stick as much because I don't have my avatar ready. That being said, you don't need avatar every single time you demo shout. Demo shout is on half of the cooldown, so you should be using demo shout twice as much as you use avatar for that deafening crash. So avatar is ready, demo shout is not. I'll wait a few seconds to kind of use them in tandem. Alright, here we go. Avatar, demo shout. Let's keep this up. Should actually stay up for the rest of the fight, to be completely honest with you. Oh no, we got an MC there. Should be okay. Oh, he's got turtle. We can't even damage him right now. Was that hunter kill? That hunter was the only one killing it on the meters. All of a sudden, I was like, we're doing a lot less damage. Yeah, it was. I'm topping damage right above that hunter. So yeah, that hunter getting MC'd was not good for our group. So let me pop another demo shout here. Make sure to just use your cooldowns as much as possible, right? So here we are. This one has thorns, so if I'm dying, what I can do is kind of slow down the damage, but I should be okay. I don't see why I would go down. I'll pop a bolster. There it is. Ooh, is this an upgrade? Haste Mastery, best in slot. Yep. We're going to go ahead and equip that. Very nice. Alright, let's go this way. This way has a few less, like, accidental pulls, to be completely honest with you. I like going the other way. It's a bit more of a scenic route, going up and around the stairs, but this way, you know, you have less ninja pulls. You've done that a bit too, at least until you get annoyed. Get one trait for Brewmaster that makes Breath of Fire have a chance to spawn extra orbs. Very nice. Bear Druid, I have that one. That being said, I don't have any heroic or anything or any gear like that on my monk. So yeah, right now it's going to be replaced, but I do have it for the time being. Can we go this way? Oh, wait, what? What is that way? I actually don't know what that way is. Fury Warrior is crazy now. Been gearing Fury, and I found pulling a lot of threat. Yeah. If you jump in and do everything, it's hard for a tank to hold aggro. Like if you jump in, Avatar, Battlecry, or something like that, it's going to be difficult. And just completely like Blade Storm, it'll be difficult for your tank to hold threat, to be honest. Vengeance is haste first mass. Oh, okay. Can we go this way? No. The actual exit is right in front of us. How's it going? It's going good, Brian. It's going good, man. How have you been? Have you been streaming at all, Brian? You don't even have good weapons yet? It's gonna happen, man. Weapon upgrades nowadays aren't as amazing or aren't as substantial as they used to be because everything is just going via attack power. But yeah, back in the day, like weapon upgrades would make your abilities hit a lot harder. But nowadays, like weapon speed and weapon damage, it's all pretty normalized via attack power. So yeah, the having bad weapons or not, it won't change everything like as much as it used to. It's still nice to have those upgrades, but it used to mean a whole lot more. Nowadays, the single upgrade that means the most, I think, in this game would honestly be a shield for block value, and that's going to apply a lot more to a warrior than a paladin, because warriors also have mastery that is reliant on blocking. But even then, it matters a lot to blocking tanks. You should slow your damage down at the start and ramp up. Yeah, something like when I tank with Glock here, Glock's in the chat. When I tank with Glock, I'll run in there and I will I'll pull, and that's fine. I do it to give him a hard time. But when I play with pugs as arms, I give the tank about, you know, maybe about like 3 seconds. All right, let's pop our deafening crash here. Now we are gonna miss one thunderclap because I was getting ignore pain up, but we should be okay now. Alright, yeah, that deafening crash is going to last on this mob until the end of the mob's life cycle. Here it is. Perfect. Perfect. You have to mute stream? Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. What if Waycrest Manor is so creepy that it changes? That would be a good dungeon. I think a lot of people would complain about it because of Mythic Plus, but that'd be interesting. So Waycrest Manor does change a little bit week from week. It changes what door is open, but the layout is always the same. But I think you mean if the layout completely changed, that'd be really cool. I would not mind that at all. But yeah, it would be difficult to know when you walk into that key to know exactly what layout you have, because then it's like, uh-oh, there's like a possibility of 10 layouts. I don't know which one we got here. All right. Something funny happened the other day. You were playing the Motherlode. We broke the snake eye and couldn't finish the dungeon. The snake eye? Oh, the Temple of Sethralis? Yeah, if you drop that snake eye like inside the pillar or something, yeah, you're not going to be able to finish the dungeon, unfortunately. It used to happen a lot in the beta too. Not quite sure why it was never really addressed, to be honest with you. Couldn't finish heroic at all on Wednesday, but did your first mythic last night and at all blasted through it, no problem. Nice. Maybe because you tanked it instead. Maybe it might have something to do with it. What's up, Demon Hunter? How you doing? Thorn Barrage. When that Thorn Barrage goes out, you know, if you don't have a defensive or anything, just start getting Ignore Pain up there, because that Thorn Barrage does hurt. Alright, so here we have the boss. So I'm going to get that Demo Shout Avatar combo going on the boss for that Deafening Crash, and I'll show you guys exactly how I do it. Avatar into a charge, into a Thunderclap, and then Demo Shout, Thunderclap, and just every other cooldown will be Thunderclap, right? So I can even Thunderclap into an Ignore Pain, Thunderclap into a Shield Slam, but every other cooldown is going to be a Thunderclap, and you see the Demo Shout, it's still on the boss. And so, I wanted to run him into that fire. Okay, there's a fire over here. I was like, oh man, I need a fire. His stacks are getting really high. Perfect. I think we have, there it is, soul thorns. Let's get those down. Perfect. Are they chasing me? No. Okay. That guy looks like one of the spirits. Our DPSer, our Rep Paladin, looks like one of the spirits. I don't know what kind of buff he had on him. Maybe like a trinket or something. He looked like one of the spirits. Alright, let's run into here. Attacking you? Uh-oh. Oh, the spirits are... Oh, change target. Okay. My healer died. Not quite sure how my healer died, but he said, how bad are all of you guys? LOL. I don't know how him dying makes me bad. That's weird. We're gonna get this boss down. No problem. There it is. Doesn't matter if the Soul Thorns goes out. I mean, hopefully we can take them down. There they are. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. When somebody dies, goes, how bad are you guys? What? What? Still a bit sick? Oh, man. Get better soon, man. You let the tank make all the decisions when you're not tanking because they're the ones that help me not die. You give suggestions, but they can choose. Yeah, I agree. I think most tanks are going to be running dungeons and they have their own path in their head. Now, whether it's the most efficient path or not, you know, that's a little bit different. But you don't need to be the most efficient at all times. Hold on, let's make sure that this healer's coming over here. All right, cool. Healer got a little upset from dying on that boss. All right, so again, we're gonna use our Deafening Crash. Deafening Crash is gonna be up all the like every other pull or so. So it's very important to note that you can just use it as much as you'd like to. I do have a pack coming in over there to my left. That being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a big pull here. This is going to be a very substantial pull, but that's okay. We can handle this. We can handle this. Now that is going to be an AoE silence on the ground. I see these other guys coming in. Let's get my Demo Shout going. And let's eat a little bit more rage. And we should be okay. I'm going to pop a bolster here soon. ran around a little bit just to kind of avoid that that AoE silence on the ground. It still clipped me though. All right, let me eat a little bit more rage here. My demo shout is back up, and so is my avatar. So I'm gonna get both of those things up and just finish off this pull with that deafening crash. Nice. So we had the Pat here to my left, the Steward, and I do have a little bit left on Avatar. There it is. Perfect. Alright, threw my Shockwave out. And here we are. We can get these guys down pretty dang easily. We do have a little bit more of the room to clear over on the right-hand side. Hopefully everybody kind of stays out here, although they can follow me in as long as they're careful not to cleave the boss. How's my healer doing on mana? Oh, he's good. 72%. That's more than enough for trash, to be honest. Alright, so we need to clear this trash right now. Alright, so we can clear the trash here. It seems like most people want to stand here. I don't want to LOS my healer, so I don't want to go around this corner. There's my shield block back up. I was going to pop last stand because my shield block was down for a little bit. I did take a little bit more damage because of it, but I should be okay for the rest of this pull. Should be able to stay alive. Here's my shield block. Alright, we're good. We're good. Get another ignore pain up. Oh, instantly cleave the boss. That's cool. What? Alright. So, oh, and he pulled everything outside the room too. Alright. We did get a lust here, so things are going by a little bit faster now. So yeah, my demo shout is almost back off of cooldown. One thing that you do have to know about this boss is even if you're tanking it, you want to be within melee range at all times. Like if there's no one within melee range, first of all, the boss will hit whoever is in melee range. So if all you have is one DPSer in melee and you're over here trying to collect the mobs, the little slimes, then your melee is going to get destroyed by this guy. But if there's no one within melee, the boss just starts casting a big AoE that goes out on everyone in the area. Now we do have these other adds that are here from the extra pull, right? These guys aren't even part of the boss encounter or anything. There it is. Important to get those guys. Hey, what is this? 340 trinket. Crit. I don't want that. I don't want crit. Let me pull these guys out here. I think a witch spawns when you run into the kitchen. So, yeah, we'll see. Wait, why does this guy ask me if I need that? He's agility. Isn't it strength? It's strength. Does a witch spawn here? I could have sworn a witch spawned here. Leveling your demon hunter, and oh, for raid you managed to be geared enough for mythics this weekend. Wow, that is a quick leveling process, man. Oh, okay. The guy was like, oh no, my bad, I read the stats wrong. Okay, good. Because I was like, he's a demon hunter. This is the strength trinket. Alright, let's get an ignore pain up as well. Whenever you have a little bit too much rage, when you do pop that avatar, just start using it on ignore pain. Also, since I still have avatar, I can pull this one right here. And she shouldn't pull with anything else either. It should just be her. I'm going to pull her into this hallway. We got a little bit extra. Just one guy? Oh, that's not bad. Oh, nope. I see two of them. Okay. Let's get our demo shout up. I have my runic mark on me, so everybody's going to be taking a little bit extra damage right here. I think people are going to stack up a little bit, yeah. Okay. We should be okay. We should be able to survive this just fine. Here it is. Let's, you know, get rid of that spirited defense. Perfect. Gotta leave. Kane, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Tell the healer you tanking better than he's... Oh, no. Not a good idea to start fights with pugs, man. Unless you want to waste your time. I've seen other people fight, and they'll just hold on to something till like the last boss, and then just let the group wipe, and it's like, there you go. You wasted a few minutes. Here we go. Congratulations. You played yourself. Alright, we can do a big pull here. I do have a decent amount of my cooldowns. And I'm going to be using Deafening Crash here. So it's important to note that everything will stick on me. Alright. Just Thunderclap every other cooldown, and you are fine while you have Deafening Crash up. Deafening Crash also, just since you keep Demo Shout up at all times, since you keep Demo Shout up perfectly throughout your avatar, that's a 20% reduction in all damage taken. So you can do slightly bigger pulls. You're also doing insane amounts of damage. If you look at the damage done, I was doing 15,000 damage per second just because I had that Deafening Crash up. Now, we did get a little bit of a ninja pull here, so I did pop Last Stand. But that being said, once this Last Stand goes away, because this is a lot of magic damage, I'm going to pop Demo Shout and stay alive. Oh, come on. Nice. Nice. Oh, Healer Zoom. That might have something to do with it. Alright, let's let the healer get some mana, and we'll be good to go. Rule number 1, never blame yourself, always blame others. That is a very important rule. You think any run you had with Priest Disc are always sassy? Oh, man. When others decide when to pull or not to pull when you're the tank is the most irritating thing. Yes, a very easy way of aggravating your tank is to pull for your tank. That means adding to the pull. That means doing the pull for your tank. That means doing boss pulls for your tank. Like, it doesn't matter. If you pull for your tank, that is going to aggravate your tank. It's just a very easy way of aggravating your tank. Alright, so what I want to do here is keep that Demo Shout up for the very beginning. Make sure I kind of like smooth out. Make sure I'm taking, you know, not as much damage. And here we go. Just kind of dodge this. Now we are melee heavy. I have a Demon Hunter and a Ret Paladin. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit more dodging than in other groups, just because I am melee heavy. But it shouldn't be too bad. Like that one, that Discordant Cadenza was not bad at all. Alright, here we go. Oh, that got interrupted. I think that means that the other boss is coming soon, because her cast got interrupted, right? There she is. Alright, so my avatar is back down. Let me pop a Demo Shout. Let me pop Avatar. Let's keep up this demoralizing shout on these targets. It is a cleave fight at this point, so it is just going to be a lot of damage while popping that Avatar with that Deafening Crash. I'm sneaking up on those DPS meters, man. I'm catching up there. There it is. Beautiful. Now, this next pull, these like trash pulls on the way to the last boss, be very careful with them. They are a lot of magic damage, and they don't stop either. They just do a lot of damage. So, normally, like if this was a normal dungeon or something, or maybe even just heroic, I would be pulling a lot more of them. Maybe even all of them. I think on my monk last time I pulled all of them. That being said, on Mythics and Mythic Plus, when we start getting Mythic Plus next week, you wanna space these guys out. Those Shadow Claws right there, they really hurt. You guys can see that it almost ate through all of my Ignore Pain, and then it nuked me right after. So let's do that. I procced a Victory Rush, so that's really gonna help out. Nice. We do have a little bit more here. I believe 4 more of them, and then we're good. You're leveling Demon Hunter right now and wondering how Vengeance feels at 120. Frozen, I played it in the beta, and I can tell you that in the beta, it's not as strong as in Legion. So in Legion, you had a lot of little things that made Demon Hunter strong. Demon Hunters in BFA at max level, when you're talking about doing content that's beyond your gear, so like doing content for upgrades, right? That is going to be painful. Like you are spiky. Your demon spikes have a longer cooldown now than they did in Legion. You no longer have your artifact weapon, so you lose Painbringer. The talent point Gluttony used to be baked into your artifact weapon. Now it's a talent point that you have to pick between Gluttony and I believe Spirit Bomb. So Soul Cleave is also capped at 2 fragments per Soul Cleave. There's a lot of little things that kind of went away with your artifact weapon that made you smooth out in those periods where you didn't have demon spikes. That kind of stuff is gone. So there are still some people who really like their Demon Hunter, and I don't blame them. It's still a very fun tanking class, but I don't think it's as strong as it was in Legion. So don't expect the Legion Demon Hunter. Just go in there knowing that you're going to have some gaps in how you mitigate damage. Even if you run Feed the Demon or anything like that, your uptime is just not what it used to be. So just be aware of that. It's not like impossible or anything to do content with them. I don't think they're good raid tanks. They definitely shine a lot more in Mythic Plus, but they don't shine in Mythic Plus as much as they used to. Isn't it stupid you're getting hyped to watch your stream, but as soon as you do some dungeons you want to log in and play? It's a conflict. It's a conflict. It's a catch-22. Ready? It's one of those things, you know. I understand. I understand. Those kind of things happen all the time. It's like, I really want this to happen, but then when that happens, I want to stop paying attention because I want to go do that too. I get it. I get it. Hunter Barrage. Hunter stopped wiping groups of Barrage. I think Hunter Barrage is one of those things like, imagine if instead of like, oh man, these guys hadn't even done heroic Waycrest Manor. 3 of these guys got the achievement for heroic and mythic. Okay, so no real upgrades. Actually, no, we got best in slot wrist with haste mastery. So that means that these other ones that had a socket, I think they're wrist as well. I don't think they're gonna be better. I'm glad I didn't socket them then. Yep, they are also wrist versus mass. Okay, so I don't need to socket those guys anymore. I'll keep them here just in case. But yeah, this like this trinket, I don't need this crate. This would be for arms. That'd be nice. Since I have been going arms, we'll keep that there. What dungeon do I need? It was that one, Waycrest Manor. Cleave the boss. Pull the ads from other rooms. Can only be the tank's fault. We can do more. Why don't we pull more? That's always my favorite one. Is always, we were doing good on all the other pulls, so I pulled more. That's why. And it's like, wait, what? Maybe the tank or the healer should determine what they can handle. What's up, Stitch Tanks? How you doing? Best way to pull the room is to pull all to the boss and lust. At least on a 0. Yes, on a 0, I agree. In a Mythic Plus, there's a lot of magic damage that goes out. Some of those guys in that room with Rawl the Gluttonous, they do a frontal cleave that is all magic damage. So yeah, when you're not on a normal or anything like that, you got to be very careful with that. Like, can it still be done? Sure. If you have maybe like a DK would be able to do it. AMS through all of that magic damage and then heal through the rest of it, right? Get some Blood Drinker going, get Event Blood, and just keep death striking away. But yeah, for Prot Warriors right now, I don't want to do that. Always kill the husband first, right? Once they both come down, it doesn't matter. Once they both come down, the husband's going to be doing more. Lord Waycrest is going to be doing more damage to you than Lady Waycrest. But like, let's say you have an arms warrior in your group, he's going to want to spam execute all day on Lady Waycrest. So does it really matter that much? I don't think so. Lady Waycrest no longer casts Discordant Cadenza or whatever it's called. But yeah, it's at that point, you know, you're basically done. If you're healing, it always lag's fault. If you're tanking, it's always the healer's fault or default to lag. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, guys. It was lag. I promise. That's what happened. Let me get rid of these things. Do I have a UI link for your Prot, Ed Hopes? I do. It isn't like completely updated, but let me get you these links. I should have it on like a quick bind. let me add a quick bind for that. Give me a second, Ed. I can do it now. Warrior weak auras, where are they? Warrior weak auras, and then let's do add-ons. You grabbed my Prot Pally UI. Thanks again for the content. Daniel, no problem, man. I'm glad it helped out, man. I'm glad it helped out. I'm going to be doing a different add-on one soon. That being said, soon TM is going to take just a little bit, just because there's other stuff we need to be doing right now. Right now, it's the rest of the dungeon guides need to get done, and then raid guides as well. So let me add... where is YouTube chat message? Aha. And then let's do this. Okay, that should save, so I can do that, right? Soon means months. No, it does not mean months. There it is. So you wanted my UI setup. There is my Warrior Weak Aura link and my add-ons and stuff for my UI setup as well. Demon Hunter is kind of squishy, but ultimately valuable for utility reasons, and it's super fun. It is super fun. I agree. Demon Hunter is very, very fun. I think it just needs a little bit of a rework in terms of, like, it needs either 3 stacks of demon spikes, lower the cooldown, maybe add Painbringer back as a passive. Painbringer was also really good for smoothing out that damage. Maybe add Gluttony back, just passive as well. It needs a few little things, and then it'll be good to go. I queued up for a heroic island, by the way. What would I say is the best tank for Mythic Plus dungeons? Blood DK. Top 3 tanks for Mythic Plus: Blood DK, Paladin, and either Bear or Demon Hunter would be tied for 3rd, depending. Bear is going to be a lot smoother to run in there. You don't have to worry too much about what you're pulling or anything like that. And then Demon Hunter is going to be a lot faster. So if you outgear the content, or if you have a super good healer and you're a very good and very talented Demon Hunter, then you can run it faster with the Demon Hunter. If you're an amazing Bear, it's going to be a lot less downtime in between pulls and stuff like that. So yeah, 1st and 2nd, I would say 1st, Blood DK, no contest. No contest at all. Blood DK has the toolkit for Mythic Plus. Magic mitigation, ranged interrupt, grip that can also work for ranged interrupt, the AoE grip, which it can also work as another ranged interrupt, asphyxiate as a single target stun, yeah, the 30-second AMS if you talent into it, if not 45 seconds, a lot of self-sustain and self-healing just in case your healer does happen to go down. A lot of little things make DKs the kings of that. We spawn somewhere where I'm not crazy about these spawns. These guys normally hit kind of hard. Is there any elites? There's one elite. So let me pull these guys onto one elite. He posted a video on it. Yeah, I did. How are Prot Warriors and Mythic Plus? Akura, they're okay. When Mythic Plus comes out, they're gonna be okay. They're not gonna be. It's not gonna be impossible to push keys with it. But if you are in the habit of pushing super high keys, like in Legion numbers, if you always liked pushing like 28s, 29s, or not 28s, 29s, like low 20s and stuff like that, I would probably not suggest Prot Warriors, to be honest with you. Prot Warriors are probably not going to be the best tank to push on. That being said, it's not going to be impossible. What just happened there? Not quite sure what that was that hit me. It hit hard though, I'll tell you that much. A lot of kitties over here. Not quite sure what these kitties do. This is a brand new island with a lot of these pulls that I don't really know what they do. Let's do that. I believe Windwalker and Fury Warrior Yeah, Windwalker and Fury. What's your opinion on Prot Paladins? They are very strong right now, Joan. Very strong. Their mastery is super cool as well. Their mastery makes them use the best parts of everything, right? Their mastery makes them block a little bit more. So they're going to be using the new block system, which is very strong. And their mastery also lets them mitigate damage with magic damage a little bit more as well by just standing in their consecrate with a flat reduction to that. So I think Prot Paladins right now are very strong. I don't think they're so strong that they deserve a nerf. I just think they're in a very good place. Ranged interrupt as well from Avenger Shield. You should be proccing Avenger Shield probably like every, I'd say like, its cooldown is like what, 8 seconds? So I'd say you probably proc an Avenger Shield every 5 to 6 seconds. So yeah, also the ability to block magic damage is powerful, and they're the only ones that have that. Yeah, I think Paladins are in a very good place. My co-tank is in the chat here, and if he wasn't playing a Paladin, then I would have gone Prot Warrior and Prot Paladin for this expansion. But since he's going Paladin, I was like, it's okay, I'll let him do the whole Paladin thing, and then I'll, you know, I respect his input, I take his input, so I'll just kind of ask him for anything like that. We also have Max in here as well, who I'll make sure to chat with when Old Deer keeps going out. Alright, let me pull this guy, pull some of these spiders over here. We are way ahead right now. All we need to do is keep a comfortable lead. I would like to engage the Alliance NPCs at some point, but it's not really necessary. Uh-oh, okay. I wanted to keep pulling a little bit, but that's okay. I did get a Victory Rush proc, so that's going to help keep me alive right here. Let's get a Demo Shout going right here. Here it is. And we should be good with the rest of these guys. Thanks for the subs, by the way. I appreciate it. Thanks for all those subs. That is a lot of subs rolling in right now. Thank you. Why would you not play DK if they're the best tank in class in Mythic Plus? I don't know. I like my DK, but I like my Prot Warrior a lot more. Like I enjoy my DK, don't get me wrong, but I really like a Prot Warrior a lot more. There's something about having a shield and using charge and running in there. If I was like in a esports team, like if I was in one of the method teams and I'm gonna be competing for the MDI, I'm gonna be playing a DK. Guarantee you, I'll be playing a DK. That being said, I am not competitive in WoW. I don't plan on going to the MDI. I don't have a competitive team or anything like that. I also don't push for like world first highest keys or anything. So I play the classes that I really enjoy, and that for tanking is a protection warrior. But I do think that blood DKs are the strongest in Mythics right now. Also, if you get like someone who's very experienced with a blood DK, they're going to be able to do a lot more than other people, because that person that is super experienced with that blood DK will know exactly when to use grip, exactly when to use grasp, when to use mind freeze, asphyxiate, when to AMS things, and having the knowledge of when to use your toolkit and when to better counter what's coming at you is going to make a blood DK shine. Also, you have other people kind of like Mion, who used to play a blood DK a lot. Started playing Vengeance Demon Hunter a little bit more in Legion, but he used to solo current raid contents. Like, that person is focused on survivability. So there's a few different types of ways to play a blood DK. Survivability, you can do a little bit more damage as well, kind of maxing out the hold on, I need to watch out. These coil fangs do something called like night spray. That'll one-shot you. That's gonna one-shot that guy. Oh, 60%. I did a Mythic Island earlier this week, and that night spray hit me for about 180k. So I just need to watch out for that. The other cast, I really don't care. Night spray right there. Uninterruptible too. But yeah, there's different levels of playing different classes. Definitely DK has a good skill cap ceiling. by allowing people to use that toolkit as best as they can, and also someone who's extremely good at a DK will have more self-sustain as well. Oh, I found the alliance. People started hitting these guys already. They're all non-elites, no big deal, but I want to push this engagement for sure. Look at that. They have a healer here, so let's pop Avatar and charge in and hit him with our deafening crash. Alright, so this person's gonna keep that demo shout on them the whole time. Oh yeah, that's a rip key. That was cool. Alright, they have a mage too. Let's interrupt the frostbolt. No big deal if we don't, but let's just get a few interrupts here. What's wrong with Real ID? I don't know. What are you talking about? Something's broken with Real ID right now? I didn't know anything was broken with Real ID right now. So I'm going to pick up... Oh, I thought I picked this up. Runestone. Pick it up. Nice. We can break someone out of a magic coffer or something like that. I forget what it's called. I think we're in combat. I think somebody like paralysis or CC'd a mob up there. So what we can do now... Let's kind of pull these guys. Do a slightly bigger pull here. We're way ahead in this dungeon. This dungeon is no longer a contest for us. It procs a lot. It procs a lot more than that. Started your tank research on Uldir fights. Nice. I mentioned it earlier on my previous stream, but my hard drive that had the large majority of Uldir fights and footage actually completely crapped out on me about 2 weeks ago, so I don't really have Uldir footage anymore. So a lot of those guys are just gonna have to wait till that first week I can get all that footage and then just start pushing out the guides. What's up, Ian? How you doing? Welcome. It's been a while. How you been, my friend? I want that CC to break behind me just so that I can get out of combat, because these pulls are really small when I'm in combat. I can't mount up and get a big pull going. What was your highest key completed during Legion? During Legion, a 20. Yes. I healed and tanked a 20. I never DPS'd a 20. I think in DPS, my highest was probably like an 18, maybe a 19, something like that. But I healed and I tanked on a Holy Paladin and on my Prot Warrior. That was where I did 20s on both of those characters. That CC, I don't know what CC was applied to that mob because it's still going. You need to watch the VODs? For sure, man. Is the talent Never Surrender good? No. That's the one for Ignore Pain, right? Yeah, no, it's not good. In order for that talent to be used up all the way, you need to be really low on HP. As a warrior tank, you don't want to be at low HP. That's just it goes against what you are. Like, as a warrior tank, I don't want to be at 40% HP all the time. I really don't. What I really want to be at is 70+%, right? That's why I block. That's why I ignore pain. But to use that talent point, I have to be low on HP. That's just not what I like. I don't feel comfortable being that low. Yeah, this stuck in combat thing sucks. Oh, it says I'm not on. Yeah, Matt. Yeah, I'm. I go invisible when I'm streaming and stuff. Back to work for sure, Demon Hunter. Well, thanks for stopping by at all, Demon Hunter. I appreciate it. All right, these are all non-elites. I need to find some elites. Oh, we already cleared that area. So I think the mob that was CC'd is up here. Oh, that's a big Azurite crystal. Okay, we can clear our way there. We might actually even get done before then. Alright. Let's get this deafening crash rolling. See, that was the big hit again, and I avoided the line on the ground. There's got to be something else. It's not transferring correctly or not projecting correctly, right? I think this one. Yeah, we're stuck in combat with this thing. It got CC'd by the Azurite mobs that spawned. Oh, man. Alright, there's that little chest that this guy's picking up as well. Alright, let's go this way. We've got the big dude. One thing I've wondered is, can the big dude be CC'd? Like, if I had a hunter, can the hunter trap the big dude and we just pick up all of the azurite around the big dude? That'd be cool to find out. If I pull the big dude and my team mines all of the azurite around him, we're good. Because, see, this big dude can be stunned. So I just wonder if he can be CC'd. Because if he can, you just throw a hunter trap on him, and you're good. At that point, you don't need anything else. You just mine. Like, if my group right now just mines the azurite around, we win. Just make sure to interrupt that. We're taking this guy down, but yeah, at this point, there's a win right here. As soon as we mine one of these, we're good. Will I make a video about Prot Warrior PvP? I have been trying. I have been trying to Prot Warrior PvP. That being said, right now, it hasn't been very successful, my friend. But Akura, if I find a way, I will for sure make it. I've tried and I've tried, and there's one way that I kind of made it work a little bit. And I'll tell you right now, the way that I kind of made it work, let me actually, there's an in right here. Let me show you. Your healers are going to allow you to be at 40% anyway. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. So the way that I warrior PvP is this way right here, actually. So you run Punish. Punish increases shield slam damage by 20%. Heavy Repercussions increases shield slam damage by 30% when you have shield block up. Oh no, by an additional 30%. So shield block already does a... Where is shield block? Right here. Shield block does 60%. So increase that by an extra, what, 30%? So 20% on top of that, 80, 80, and 20. So this makes your shield blocks, your shield slams hit 100% harder. At least with quick maths, it does. And then as far as anything else, I'll sometimes run Stormbolt as well for Prot PvP. And that's really it. The talent I run is Sword and Board to get me extra crit on my shield slams while my shield block is active. Warpath is good at stunning. Shield Bash is just good overall, a little bit more DPS. So when it comes to world PvP, this is what I've been trying, but it hasn't been working out. Now, running Anger Management might be better than Heavy Repercussions. But yeah, everything else, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe Impending Victory would be better. I need to do a lot more testing, to be completely honest with you. But I'm trying to get that Prot Warrior PvP. Yes, they can't CC, but you can kite him away. Oh, okay, yeah. I thought I was wondering if you could CC him. Kiting away, yeah, because he does do that big AoE on the ground underneath him. So yeah, CCing him, running him away. Yeah, I've done that before. We are halfway there, and then our neck is gonna go from 342. It might be one of my highest pieces. Do I have? Actually, I have a 350. Oh, I have a 355 with the Dark Moon deck. All right, let's do another heroic island. That wasn't bad at all. That big mob actually hits slow enough. If you time it right, you can mine the nodes around him. Oh wow, wow! I didn't know that one. But yeah, the Never Surrender talent point, don't bother. Bolster is so good. Bolster is a 33% reduction on last stand cooldown and guaranteed block. So with a guaranteed block, if you look at my block here, like I have a 340 shield, right? My blocks right now do 40% reduced damage. So when I pop Bolster, everything coming in that's blockable and physical is basically being shield walled, right? Shield wall is 40%. So the better my shield gets, the better this talent point gets, and it's going to block everything. So if I'm running a Mythic Plus, there's a lot of trash in there that does physical damage, and by popping that Bolster, I just reduce all of that trash damage. It's really, really good what this does. And also your shield block. Your shield block increases block chance by 100% as well. So it's very important to know how powerful blocking is. 40% damage reduction. And on top of that, you already have your plate armor. So plate armor does 50%. and then you block 40%. Now it isn't additive, it's multiplicative, and armor goes in first. So let's say you're going to get hit for 100,000. It goes through armor first. Instead of getting hit for 100,000, you get hit for 50,000. If you block that 50,000, it then gets reduced by 40%. So instead of 50k, it'll be 30k. So, oh no, yeah, reduced by, yeah, so it'll be 30k. So a 100k hit by blocking turns into 30k. That's a big reduction. Did I feel squishy back in normal dungeons? Your prot paladin see so much suffering your prot were. Not sure if you're just doing something wrong. You feel a little bit squishy while gearing up through the content, right? While you have like a much lower item level. That being said, the biggest thing that I can advocate for you to stop feeling squishy is to use your cooldowns. So make sure you have shield block up. If your shield block isn't up, throw on last stand. If your last stand is not up as well, Demo Shout and Avatar for unstoppable force, right? If those things aren't up, don't be afraid to pop shield wall. Your shield wall is a 4-minute cooldown. 4-minute, and with anger management, that turns into like a 2-minute cooldown. So yeah, it's I'm gonna tell them to go right. I really don't like pulling these crabs. They're a lot of magic damage. They're terrible. I hate them. Man, I really don't like pulling crabs, man. They are so terrible. They do bubble spray, and I hate it. Wide swipe, I can deal with that, but that bubble spray you guys do. Alright, since we have a demo, we can do it this way. Because that demo does do a lot of damage. What is that, 27k? Alright. Did you guys hear that guy? Island hours, you leave. Oh man, snarky. Alright, we'll taunt off. We'll pull all these guys. Let's get a nice demo shout going here. And we should be good here. Even though some of these guys are casters, like this guy. That's the Earth Bolt. That was not really that visible. That sucks. Perfect. That demo is going strong, man. I think it's like on a 2-minute cooldown, 3-minute cooldown. I don't know if the Demon Hunter is Vengeance, but he is keeping threat sometimes, so he might be. At least the crabs don't have a knife in their claws. Can I actually give them that? I have that toy. Can I give them the knife? Is this Demon Hunter? Okay. I think the Demon Hunter is, yeah, he has 123k. He's Vengeance. So he can tank as well, just in case I need to go do some other things. Shovel. Why do I not pick up the shovel? There it is. Okay. Oh, we need that. We need that. The Demon Hunter's tanking for him. That's fine. Let me pull these crocodiles. And then I can pull... Actually, that guy is an elite. The elites of the birds, sometimes they can do a lot of bleed damage. Okay, so I pulled these two guys. They're no big deal. I still have Avatar going, so I'm going to stun them just so that this guy doesn't do that frontal cone, and hopefully we can get him down. There it is. Okay, let me see if I can mine it, if I'm fast enough. Is that gonna hit me? Ah, that clipped me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me mine this. Hey, you really can mine it. That's gonna hit me. I did not know that one, man. That was a good tip. Tactical retreat? Oh, is this Alliance? That is Alliance. I didn't even know we were fighting Alliance, to be completely honest with you. Alright. This guy is tanking without a shirt on. We're going to make him know that that is a very bad choice. Alright, so important to note that that big guy back there is still trying to to get us with his Azurite barf. So the Azurite barf is... Oh, did this guy... Did they taunt off me? Not a bad deal, man. So their tank is also their healer on this particular mob that we're doing here. Nice. Okay. So is this guy on me again? He is on me again. So let me just kind of take him down here. And we should get all that Azurite. Perfect. And now I can mine all this. Mine all that. And then there's a big node over here. Now this rogue is low. Here's a healing orb for him. If he doesn't pick it up, I can pick it up for him. There it goes. And that guy also got full healed. We're good. You have some doubloons. Is it worth it to spend on the tank in normal? In normal, no. In normal, no. I have bought the tank in Mythic and in Heroic, and it's both of those times it's really good. But in normal, the AI shouldn't be difficult enough to where you need it, to be honest with you. You should be able to get it done just like that. That being said, it is very fun to get on that tank. So if you do have extra doubloons and you just want to try it out and you don't plan on doing Heroic or Mythic, just do it. 3 doubloons is not like a very heavy price to pay. I think they made these things cheap on purpose so that you can just buy them the one time, try them out, and see which ones you like, see which ones are going to work out for you and your team. Alright. Perfect. I think the Vengeance Demon Hunter on our team went to go farm them on their boat. Yeah, no problem, John. At least the crab. I want to... Oh, yeah, let me... Toy box... Knife? Shank? What is it called? Crab shank. Alright. Where's our crab out here? We are way in the lead. Can I find... Aha! Crab. Oh, here's an Azurite crab. Okay. Invalid target. Can I give it to one of these smaller crabs? No. That sucks. That'd be interesting if you could do that. What is Prot Warrior stat priority? Haste Mastery. And then versatility is similar to Mastery. So if you have like a haste versatility instead of a haste mastery, don't worry about it too much. It's still going to be good. It's not going to be like completely garbage. The only stat that you actively avoid is critical strike. But haste mastery is your stat priority. Haste mastery versatility, sorry. With haste coming out very, very much on top. Haste is way better than any other stat you can get. Haste lowers the cooldown of your shield slam, lowers the cooldown of your shield block, increases rage generation. It also, I mean, it lowers your global cooldown a little bit, so that kind of helps, but the global cooldown reduction is it's not the main focus, right? The main focus is Thunderclap, Revenge, Shield Slam, Shield Block, cooldowns. That's going to be the big one. Oh, this was on the last one. I was like, wait, I have the Runestone. That was the last island. I don't know about these like lobster guys. I don't know what they do. Let's go over here and do this. I've done a lot of the spider pulls and I don't mind them at all. One thing I've noticed about islands as well is they did a really good job of making islands dense, right? They actually feel like really lush and they feel like they offer a lot. This snare got me, man. They feel like they offer a lot. That being said, the camera angles for islands suck because of that, right? Like camera finding, look at that. It was all just trees and foliage and trees and foliage. Trying to find a good camera angle in islands is just an uphill struggle because it's so look at this. How am I supposed to find camera angles? So being able to like sidestep everything, every now and then you just fail a sidestep because of the camera angles. They're so dense. They have so much foliage to offer that it's hard to find a good camera angle. Let's go this way. I like pulling the wolves. Wolves aren't too bad. They add bleeds, but I can survive through bleeds, as opposed to the lobster guys that I have no idea what they do. I think everybody else went the other way. Oh, okay. We're good. We have at least one guy here. All right, there it is. Everybody else is here. Sorry, guys. That garbage truck comes every day, man. All right, so those bleeds, they do add up. It's like a little bleed AoE around them, so it does add up and it does hurt. But we can definitely survive this. Just pop a few cooldowns. Stay alive. Let's do that demo shout. Perfect. What is your item level, big boy? 341, my friend. 341. And that's as high as it's gonna get, man. At this point, we did every single mythic dungeon this week. We are locked out of everything, so there's no way of getting any more upgrades. The only way I can get more upgrades before Uldir is going to be that day when Mythic Plus comes out, to do some Mythic Plus before my raid time. That will be the only way of getting upgrades. You just go all damage buffs for islands? Nice. Very nice. I like tanking in islands because you can do really big pulls. Like if you have a tank in an island that knows how to stay alive throughout these pulls, you can do really big pulls. Like this guy, I have no idea what this guy does. But it'll be the last pull we do, so we should be fine. Let's find out. Now I'm going to use my Deafening Crash Azurite trait and just keep it going on this guy. But yeah, everything else is dead around him. Impale. Hopefully that guy doesn't get hit too hard. Oh no, he's good. We're good here. Finally got your Prot word to 120 just now. Ready to get the learn. Nice. Robs. Good luck, man. Good luck. Good luck learning everything. Oh, I've never seen this. Good luck learning on that Prot warrior, my friend. It's a much harder learning curve than some other tanks, but just remember the golden rule. Always keep something up. And something, I define it as shield block, last stand with bolster, demo shout, or shield wall. Ignore pain is a supplement to all of this. Ignore pain is not necessary. It's nice whenever you can get it up, and you should try to get it up every now and then, but your survivability is dependent on you blocking, demo shout, or shield walling. No one bothers to do quests in islands. Sometimes I do, but since if I was running as 3 DPS, I would worry about it a lot more. Since I run as a tank, I feel like I'm better utilized doing really big pulls. I feel like that's my my use. What are your thoughts on how warriors are right now? Aaron, I think warriors need some help. They're not broken. They're not completely broken. They're not like unplayable. It's not like I play a warrior, this is disgusting. I feel like I'm just gonna wipe all the time. But they're not smooth. Their rotation, their priority system, it's not smooth. There's so many things that want to go into the global cooldown, and a warrior isn't the only tank that has to make this choice, but the choices aren't fun to make. Your abilities that hog up that global cooldown are almost always exclusively offensive or exclusively defensive. When I shield slam someone, I don't gain anything from it. I don't become tankier. I gain a little bit of rage, and one of my rage spenders is off the global cooldown, shield block, but my other rage spender that's defensive, which is my ignore pain, is on the global cooldown. Now, investing a global cooldown on ignore pain feels bad because it's exclusively defensive. I get no threat from it. I do nothing offensive. So there's a lot of like these weird solitary choices that you have to make. Do I want to prioritize this global cooldown on staying alive, or do I want to prioritize this global cooldown on being offensive and picking up threat and doing damage? Those are the choices that don't feel good right now. So if they could do something to kind of incorporate things a little bit better to make those choices all warrior, to make those choices a little bit less apparent, that'd be nice. Garbage guys, I'm sorry guys. Garbage truck is like the obnoxious neighbor in a sitcom, so can almost hear the laugh track. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. I think it's segmented. I think one day is the regular garbage truck, and then the other day is like the recycle garbage truck. So I think they just rotate. It's like one day after the other. Yeah. Your conference call is over. Happy Friday. Yeah, Brian. Happy Friday, man. Let's do a big pull. They got all those non-elite guys. Oh, they got one of the elite guys. That's fine. We'll keep doing the pull over here. They can join us. They do have that one guy out there. Wait, did somebody get into a... Yeah, they did. Very nice. All right. You see that? Now that's what I call like a big AoE explosion, man. That was pretty damn cool. That was all of those non-elites. They're gone. They don't exist anymore. Alright, let me heal up a little bit. That being said, the Demolisher also went down because these guys do have random targeting ram. Is this guy pulling? I don't know if he's pulling or trying to go find like the Azurite that was behind me. Because when I run through all these mobs, I kind of leave the Azurite behind me. Okay, a little bit of broken armor. Oh no, he's pulling. This guy is just going in. Okay, so since he's got that, let me see what else I can grab over here. We have some more goats. Goats aren't amazing. They do a lot of damage. They do a lot of random damage too. But if it's all we got, then it's all we got, man. Oh, over here. We got the spiders. Nice. I can do spiders. Spiders are not bad at all. Hopefully, the goats are also chasing me. Yes, they are. So I'm going to do 2 spiders. This is a heroic island. I don't want to go in too crazy, too heavy. Alright. So, I've got a lot of goats on me. I've got a lot of spiders on me. Let me make sure that I stay alive. Like, these roots are going to be hurting. But, that being said, I can get a decent amount of victory rush procs off of these goats with this thunderclap spam, right? So I've been able to maintain myself up a little bit just via these procs. So now it's 2 spiders and 1 goat. I should be okay with this part. Watch out for the goat. Oh, that goat got me because I was busy being snared in there. That being said, one of these spiders is about to go down. I'm not terribly worried about it. Oh, now I'm worried. Now I'm worried. I got rooted into that. Oh, there it is. Perfect. We're good now. We're good. There's a trample. That's like a 70% nuke on me. Okay. Now we'll stay alive. Oh, somebody else got another demo? Man, people are buying demos like crazy today. That's 2 demos in this island. And I want to say 1 demo in every other island we've done. Let me pick up a few mobs here. Especially for that demo. Let me pick up 2 of these guys. I got another elite over here. And then there's a lot of mining that they can do. So, there it is. Nice. The explosion. He's got to keep going, man. These guys are going to nuke me if he doesn't keep going. Alright, here we go. We're good. We're good. There's a lot of Azurite on the ground, like a lot of these shards and stuff. That being said, this guy still has a demo for another little bit. So, let's kill this guy. We killed this guy last time, actually. This is one of the ones in the island that I was like, I've never pulled this guy. I don't know what he does. So, hopefully, yeah, the other teammate, I believe, is farming the Azurite that's on the ground. Let's see. If we get more Azurite right now in the middle of our screen, no, he's not. Okay, we're going to have to go back. But I do want to kind of prioritize using this guy's demo first. How many Tolvir solves did it take to get the AQ mount? I don't remember. I remember it took me maybe about like 4 days of actually solving. It's a lot easier now. So whenever you do a solve, what you want to do is just go to Eastern Kingdoms or Kalimdor. You solve anything you solve in there. You can go to Dalaran and turn in that solve for a Tolvir solve or Tolvir shards. So just do like old world stuff and you will eventually get them all kind of like transferred over as Tolvir. So you don't have to specifically only aim for Tolvir. But yeah, it took me, I want to say about 3 or 4 days of just grinding. I want to say I was pretty lucky. I wanted to start grinding the Zinrock via Troll Archaeology, but that one I farmed. Actually, I farmed that one longer than I farmed this one, and I still don't have it. So a little bit of luck, a little bit of RNG, but yeah, definitely one of the mounts I like riding on the most. If it had water walking, I would use it all the time in BFA, but it doesn't. So, you know, have to use that water strider, unfortunately. If Pathfinder Part 1, you know how Pathfinder Part 2 gives you flying? Pathfinder Part 1 should give you water walking. Blizzard, if you're watching, Pathfinder Part 1, water walking on mounts. That'd be nice. It'd be a good reward. So many warriors, all the warriors. This guy still has, I don't know how, I think it lasted like 5 minutes. But, man. There's a lot of Azurite here on the ground. Unless the Alliance came in behind us and mined it all. No. We're more than halfway there. We're at 5,000 out of 9. Alright. I'll take care of this guy. We pulled him. So this will keep us in aggro. I won't be able to mount up till this guy goes down. Do I expect a buff for Prot Warrior? I expect changes for Prot Warriors. Not necessarily a buff, but what I expect for a Prot Warrior, to be completely honest with you, is this Alliance? It is Alliance. Cool. Or our enemies. They're actually Horde, but yeah, our enemies. What? The Demo one-shot them? Are you kidding me? Wow. Oh my god. This Demo is OP. I wonder, so I'm sure you guys have tried it in an island, walking up to the opposing boat and you start getting nuked. I wonder if you have 3 Demos, if you can nuke the opposing boat and then just camp them. Just sit in there and just camp them. Alright, let me pull this lady. She's gonna be casting. Let's cancel that. Here we go. Come on. Big damage, big deeps. This is crazy how much it does. Oh, it's crazy how I almost got one shot too. I need some food. Is there food here? Yeah, there's some food right here. Cocoa brew. Give me this food. 50% of my HP. Not bad. I'll take it. Is there more? I think this is more food. Apple. Ah. Alright. So let's try to stay alive here. This is going to suck in terms of trying to stay alive. I knew it. I knew it. With his AoE on the ground, I wasn't able to see if there was any more AoE on the ground. Got me. Is one Fury and the other one Arms or the complete Warrior Trinity? I don't know. The other guy's spending his whole time in the Demo. I don't know. Warriors come out and play. Man, that's a lot of Warriors. Oh, we've got Alliance again? Well, hey, the Demo guy can just go over there and one-shot him. Just casually one-shot the Alliance. Here's the Alliance. Guy in the Demo. Grab him, dude. Your Demo's low. I know it is. Come on, just jump in there. Is he still on the Demo? I legitimately don't know. Oh, he is still on the Demo. Alright, this guy's gotta, like, he can shoot from far away too. There it is. There it is. The Demo shots. The Demo shots. Oh man, they're cleaving these guys down, man. I popped the wrong cooldown. I was trying to pop Rallying Cry. Didn't really work out for me. Oh, here we go. Stun them in that Demo. Beautiful. Alright, so let's go over here. I'm polyed right now. I'm full hexed. Alright, here we go. Your healer became immune to damage. He has like a little bubble that happens at 1 HP. So now I'm on you, man. Now I'm on you. Your healer did this to you. Am I close to unlocking the new Orc allied race? I don't think so. It requires Exalted with the Honor Bound. I want to say I'm Revered. No, I'm almost Revered. If I go and grind out a few world quests, I'll become Revered. But no, I'm not that close. All right, so let's go over here. But Marty, what I'm really waiting for is Zandalari trolls. If Zandalari trolls can be monks, I might race change my current monk. My current monk right now is a male Tauren. But if they can be trolls, I might do that. Zandalari troll monk. That just sounds awesome. And I do think that they are going to be able to, since monk is not a hero class. I think that the classes that they keep locked in are the hero classes, right? So since this isn't a hero class, I don't see why they would have it completely locked up behind like a race gate. So hopefully Zandalari trolls can be monks. And if they can, I'll probably be race changing my Tauren over to that. Don't even know what the ratios are yet. I just want it. Okay, so if my team just kind of does the mining here, then we should be good. That being said, I don't think they're going to... Oh, we still have the demo. That's fine. Yeah, with this demo, we'll do enough damage. We don't have to worry about this. Let's pop a small little cooldown here. Get away, get away. Cool. Another island down. I think one more heroic island and we're good. Let me do a little bit of kiting here. Just a little bit of kiting. None of those guys. Nice. There it is. Somebody was mining that stuff. Or actually, I think it was the kill. Good day from Perth, Australia. Usually watch the replays on YouTube due to time difference. Really enjoy your streams. Good source of info. Thank you. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. My kingdom for a goblin monk. You want a goblin monk? I don't know, mind games, you might be alone on that one, my friend. I don't know, man. Sorry to say, but you don't think Zandalari can be monk? You just really? Let me see. Is it really already out? Zandalari troll allied race. Oh, they can't. Available classes: druid, hunter, mage, priest, rogue, shaman, warlock, warrior. I can be a warrior, but I really like my undead prot warrior. No monks. That sucks. Maghar can be monk, right? Yeah, I had a Maghar monk in the beta. Yeah, I already had one of those. One more question. Where's the shield from? It's so sick. This shield that I'm rocking is called the Fell Barrier. Let's take a look. Because I remember thinking it was a BOE vanilla one, but no, Fell Barrier is different. Fell Barrier. I guess it doesn't say here. Fell Barrier drops from somewhere in BC. The Fell Barrier drops from Manitombs. Manitombs in TBC. That's where you can get this shield. So TBC, Manitombs, and Fell Barrier from the last guy, Nexus Prince. It looks very, very similar to the Skull Flame shield. I don't know what the difference is. Let me see. Skull Flame. I don't think I can tell the difference. I really don't. I can't tell the difference. But if you have the Skull Flame shield, it's a BOE world drop. Oh, it's a little more golden. No, actually, I think it's the same. I think it's the same appearance. The Demolisher lasted forever. Yeah, I thought it was a 5-minute demo. Apparently not. Like if we go here, demo controller, 20 minutes. Oh, I'm way off. Way off. You made a Goblin Priest just to see if you liked it. You've not played since BFA dropped, though. You've not played it since BFA dropped, so it's safe to say that you probably didn't like it that much. Perfect. Look at this. I love me some crocodile pulls, man. Crocodiles are so easy to deal with, although there's only one elite here. But we got another warrior again. Honestly, would have took the monk for the troll, but alas, even though they went to Pandaland, they didn't learn how to monk. Yeah, they were in Pandaland, right? In the Throne of Thunder or whatever. They didn't learn, man. They didn't learn. They don't know. Okay. Let's not get hit by the AoEs on the ground, and let's also avoid having our camera panned into a tree so that I can actually see what's going on. But yeah, look at this. When you do a crocodile pull, there is no damage taken. You see that? That was so easy. And then there's a guy here called Dank Scale. Come on. Love your content, Marty. Actually having trouble watching your stream on Twitch. YouTube is fine, but would the bitrate on Twitch be too high for bad Australian internet? I don't know. I don't know. There's not that, like, Mind Games is always over on Twitch, and then I have like Schmagegi over on Twitch every now and then too. I don't think they have any issues, but I honestly, I don't know, Marty. My bitrate that I stream at is, I want to say, one of the higher ones for Twitch. Like Twitch caps you out. YouTube has a much higher cap for bitrate. Twitch does a little bit more compression. But I have a pretty high bitrate for Twitch as well, so it shouldn't be having issues. But that's good to know. I can look into it after the stream to see if I'm the one kind of messing anything up. All right, got a big pull here. Again, all of the crocodiles, man, just all of the crocodiles. And then we have like a lot of the wolves in front of me. Those guys aren't too bad. They do a small little AoE around them. It's you can dodge it. It's not going to one-shot you if you don't. I don't know what these guys do. These like bubble elementals. No idea. Flow. Don't know. But it looks like magic cast. So I'm probably not gonna like them, to be honest with you. Uh-oh. Let's do that. These camera angles, I'm telling you guys, the camera angles on these islands are leave a lot to be desired. That being said, I do like islands. I think islands are a very nice break. Like when you're doing Mythic Zeros, the pressure's on to do boss mechanics. These things don't really require mechanics. You just need to dodge the crap on the ground, right? So islands, I feel, are a really nice break. They don't reward super high gear. They reward like certain mounts, certain pets, and then they level up your neck. So there's a few things that it definitely does give that are worth your time. I think it's a really nice like break. And then if you want a challenge from islands, you do them on Mythic. If you guys haven't done Mythic Islands, those things are tough, man. Those things are tough. You need coordination. I don't know if you can actually pull off Pug Mythic Islands. I'm sure you can, but Pug Mythic Islands are gonna be very difficult. Pug Heroic isn't too bad. It's exactly what I'm doing right now, Pug Heroic. But yeah, Pug Mythic Islands are gonna be difficult. They get very hard. The tree boss in the island, I've done the tree elites, but not like the boss, the rare elite. I haven't done that one. The Datamine Dark Iron Dwarf class selection was incomplete. You wouldn't put stock in design Delaria Datamine. Oh, it's a Datamine. Okay, so that's good to know. I thought maybe it was already like the just complete list of WoW classes that it allowed. I thought it was from Blizzard. We're pulling a lot of Murlocs. This is giving me vanilla vibes right now, where I'm like, I don't know about these Murlocs, guys. Are you sure you guys want to run into that Murloc camp? I don't know. Can we not? I'd rather not. Let's not say we did. You guys remember Murloc camps in vanilla? They were terrifying, man. They were really terrifying. In fact, I remember dying to the Murloc camps in Red Ridge so much that my buddy and I, we went back there as like level 40s and just killed them on respawn for about an hour just to get back at Murlocs. Like, just to get back at a computer NPC that has no idea what's going on. We went back there as level 40s and just farmed them for like an hour. That's how much I died to those Murloc camps in Red Ridge. The AoE aggro on them was ridiculous, and their damage. And also didn't help that I wasn't a tank back then, so I couldn't take hits. You honestly would have took the Monk Troll, yeah. You went to your main paladin, so you stopped playing all your other tunes. You go back to the Goblin Priest after a while. Yeah, that's how it happens. Like right now, there's not a crazy. It felt, you know, when they said that we had when they said that Old Year was coming out September 4th and we knew we had 3 weeks, it felt like it was gonna be a long time. Like I felt we had a ton of time to get everything done. That being said, it doesn't feel like that now. Like right now, it's like you can work on 1 or 2 tunes, depending on how much you play. And once you start pushing, like, yeah, I'm gonna gear up 3 tunes ready for Old Year, Oh man, you better not be pugging that. Like if you have a guild where you can do guild runs on all of that and you can do guild leveling, then you'll be fine. But like if you pug a lot of that content, you're gonna have a hard time pugging and gearing up 3 separate tunes for Uldir in 3 weeks. It seemed like a lot more time before we actually jumped in here. So there is that shovel over here, over to my left hand side underneath my my nameplate here. That shovel will open up this dirt pile over here on my right. So I'm gonna try to get it. Let's see. Let's get that shovel. Let's charge back in. Oh, this guy dug it up. He had another shovel of his own. The real enemy of island expeditions, trees. Yeah, man, the camera angle. It's a nightmare. It really is. Uh oh, look at those trolls. They're coming up on us. They're swimming in on this island. We're gonna get bottlenecked a little bit. This guy's almost down, so I'm not crazy worried about it. The guys that I don't like running into the island are the gnomes, because they bring like a automatic rifle or something like that. I forget what it's called, like an automatic mechanical rifle. That thing will completely destroy you and annihilate you. Doesn't matter what your team comp is, that thing hurts and it will kill you so quickly. So like these trolls, I don't mind them so much. Those gnomes, I avoid those like the plague. Every time I see that little mechanical tower, their auto turret or whatever it's called, nope, I just nope on out of there. This guy, it seemed like my priest pulled the trolls already. He just decided to run in there, fear bomb them, and loot their azurite. Although these guys, they're all non-elite, so no big deal. It is listed that way on Wowhead. I don't think it'll be changing. Yeah, but like he said, for Dark Iron Dwarves, not everything was mined in via Wowhead, the Wowhead data miners. So maybe this one's incomplete too. I can hope. I can hope. If Zandalari trolls can be monks, I'm doing monk. What else we got? Where'd these guys go? We only need a little bit now. We only need 400. What's this? Oh, we can do this pull right here. This guy and the wolves. No big deal. Our priest keeps going off in the middle of nowhere and fear bombing and just looting the azurite. Look at that. We won because that priest just kept like running in by himself. Killing those murlocs definitely helped out lower level players. Yeah, those murlocs, I hated them, man. They were terrible. Okay, so my Heart of Azeroth right now, 342, level 17. Am I gonna unlock anything if I get to 18? No, I need level 19. Come on, Heart of Azeroth, hit level 19. Nothing? Really? I need 13,000. Can you guys see that over on the bottom left? Yeah, bottom left. So this weekly was 2,500. I need 13,000, or I'm 8.5 out of 13k to level up that heart. It's gonna take a while. Just like Goblin for the Alliance. Uh-oh. You really want to get into Brewmaster Monk because you've been playing it, but you're finding it a lot to manage. Does it feel clunky sometimes to you, Marty? Not really. Not really. It depends. So if you run Blackout Combo, it's gonna be a lot to track. Especially if you're new into monk tanking, it's going to be a lot for you to track. If you run high tolerance, it'll be a little bit more straightforward, right? So just like with any tank, if you're barely learning how to play them and you want to get used to certain things, you want to take the simplest route possible. So adding extra buttons and extra things you really have to deal with and work for, it's not going to be that that friendly to you, right? So actually, we're going to get on my monk right now. We've done all of our mythics. We did all of our islands. We ended up as 341. So let me just log out. So yeah, you want to take certain talents and certain things that are going to kind of make things passive for you. So I'll log on right now and kind of show things to you. But as far as clunkiness, no, the monk doesn't really feel clunky. It's just every now and then it's a lot to deal with. That's why I feel like the monk has a very high skill cap. You had an interview today. It was your 5th interview for a new job at the same company. You've been there for just over 10 years. Same job. Brian, good luck, man. Good luck. I wish you the best with the results of that interview. A new offer to move into the new spot. You're happy? Next week, you're expecting the new offer. Nice, man. Nice. Good luck, man. Grinding Azurite power is worse than Legion's artifact fishing rod, man. I don't bother with it too much. As long the outer wheel of your Azurite traits is the most powerful, and as you start going in and in on that wheel, you start getting diminishing returns. So I really don't see the need to go crazy and completely farm out everything for your Heart of Azeroth. It's not necessary. So if it's your first time playing Monk, I would suggest going high tolerant. I'm running guard right now while gearing up, because guard, you can do really big pulls in normal dungeons and get the guard off. That's where you can get the most use out of it. Once I start doing mythics, is going away. Healing elixir is going away too. But as a monk, if you feel like you're really weak, what you want to run is, I would say, a high tolerance instead of blackout combo, because this is just passive. You don't have to worry about it. It's going to make you better at taking damage. And then I like rushing Jadewind, especially in this tier. Special delivery is trash. If you want to run Angry Dave, you can, but I really suggest rushing Jadewind. It's really good at picking AoE mobs. In terms of this tier, any of these choices is good. You don't need healing elixir if you have a competent healer with you, to be completely honest. And if you're running high tolerance, Bob and Weave is going to be really good for you. Just pairing those two together is going to make you use those 2 talent points a lot better, a lot more effectively. Here for this row, I would suggest running Ring of Peace, because it'll allow you to kite. I have the Black Ox statue right now because as I'm gearing up and as I'm running around the world, I have herbalism, so I'll throw the Black Ox statue somewhere, everything will get taunted to it, and then I go pick my herb. So this is just really easy with that. Light brewing I suggest if it's your first time as well. And then as far as these, I have Chi Wave on the same bind as I have my Heroic Throw. So this is my my big range pull. I also use it on cooldown because I have the weak aura for it. But yeah, I would, if it's your first time monk tanking, I think the big ones to focus on are Light Brewing, Bob and Weave, and High Tolerance. Those are all really passive. You don't have to deal with it too much. Something that's important to know about a Brewmaster monk as well, if you're using my weak auras. This is my ISB weak aura. Thanks for the sub, by the way. I appreciate it, OD King. This is my ISB weak aura right here. When this ISB weak aura is orange, that means that using another Iron Skin brew will overcap you on time. Your active mitigation has a maximum amount of time that it is allowed to be. So if you are running my weak auras, when this is orange, do not hit ISB. You are wasting a charge of ISB, and if you constantly keep wasting those charges of ISB, you're going to struggle a lot. You're gonna feel like you just aren't tanky enough, like you don't have enough brews. That being said, a few tips on being a monk. Guarantee 100% uptime on ISB, because if you don't have ISB up, let me show you. Right now, my armor mitigates 17% of incoming damage. Now, I do also have 3% dodge, so like 13% avoidance. And there's other things like elusive, what is it called? The passive, elusive, something other, elusive brawler. There's other things where I can dodge, but stagger is mitigating 42%, and then when I pop an ISB, it jumps up to 72. Stagger is the way that I mitigate damage. Without stagger, without ISB going, I'm going to be taking a lot of incoming damage because armor's low and stagger's also at a really low amount. It's kind of like playing a Prot warrior and running in without using shield block or ignore pain or demoralizing shout or anything. It's just kind of like running in as a Prot warrior and not doing anything. So it's very important to know what your uptime on your ISB is. Should be 100%, and then you should know when to purify. So when we start talking about our stagger, if you're running my weak auras again, you should have a stagger weak aura, regardless of if it's mine, someone else's. I don't care. You should have a stagger weak aura. So this is my stagger amount relative to my HP. The lowest you should be purifying is probably about 60%. if you're sitting at like 40% and you're never going above that 40%, you can purify at 40%. That being said, you shouldn't be purifying a lot. You should be building up your stagger an increasing amount. And it depends on what your pull is. So if your pull puts you at 100% within the first few seconds, then you probably don't want to purify anything less than 100%. You know, you don't want to use 2 purifies back to back because you're sitting at 100%. You want to be purifying as much as you can. The bigger the purification, the better you're going to be kind of negating and throwing away that damage. So yeah, guarantee ISB uptime. Know how much damage you're taking in and how much damage you're constantly sitting at. Don't over purify. If you over purify, you're running out of charges. Don't over ISB. You're going to run out of charges as well. And go for the passive talents while you learn your class. Once you learn the Brewmaster and you get really good at it, Blackout combo lends itself really, really nicely for you to be able to play a Brewmaster a little bit differently. You can purify a little bit faster and then prioritize a little bit more on Blackout comboing keg smashes. Or if there's magic damage, you combo into fires. You know, you can also combo staggers to build up really, really big staggers. So there's a few things you can do with combo, but when you're learning, go passive. You yanked your first mythic today. Nice, Muhammad. How was it? Did you enjoy it? Was it like an uphill struggle? Was it difficult to do? Or was it relatively straightforward? Also, I'm sorry. I just realized that this camera is really blown out. I was like, wait, it looks a little brighter behind me. A lot brighter. Back into WoW stuff. Now to your regularly scheduled program. Love our boss guides. You are down to point like others seem to find. Do I plan on making Guardian Druid guides? Andre, I've made... Oh, wait. I made the weak auras for the Guardian Druid. I haven't done one on builds or anything like that. Let me take a look at something real quick. Yeah, so I should still be able to log into my beta Druid. So once Uldir comes out, I do plan on making a little bit more on Guardian Druid in terms of like different builds that they can go for different things. That being said, Glock is my co-tank, and he's co-tanking. He's Prot Pally main, Guardian Druid off tank. So that being said, I am going to have a little bit of insight as far as Guardian Druids as well. I can ask him like how is it going on his Guardian Druid and stuff. So there's going to be a little bit of that as far as like as many guides as I make for Prot Warriors for Guardian Druids. It won't be that much, but I'm trying to reach out to a lot more tanks and tanking classes in this expansion. So I will try my best, man. I have my Druid sitting at 110 ready to go. You like my weak auras? Thank you, Epic. You're the first person to say your name right. OD King? What do people say? Odd King? Yeah, no problem, Marty. Looking for a guild and a horde? Niliho, the bear on YouTube, has a great resource. He has a ton of... Yes. So Niliho does a lot of stuff exclusively on his bear. So if you're looking for someone who's exclusive bear... that's a good resource. And that, by the way, is Glock. He's gonna be main Prot Pally and a Guardian Druid as well. Time for me to go tank all around. Tank Guru. I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping. Odd King. Oh, man. Alright, guys. Hold on. I will be right back. You guys can queue up your questions, but I do need a quick little bio break. I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Rip stream. No, guys, I'm back. Alright, so Brewmaster Monk, I am item level 301. I am 4 item levels away from heroic dungeons. Now, as far as upgrades that I need, a lot of little things. Pants, definitely pants, and I don't think there's any world quests that had pants. I checked them before we started streaming, so I don't think there's gonna be anything. Let me just take a quick look, and if not, we will queue up for a dungeon. Not an upgrade. 310. Oh, there's a shoulder upgrade. Some Azurite gear. And then what do I got here? I think that's it. Okay, we've got some Azurite gear upgrade over there. Wrong Hearthstone. Okay. Have I noticed the changes to Mythic Siege? Yes, this week felt harder than last week. I didn't really feel it. I did Siege of Borealis last week, and this week I remember reading the changes. I have like Twitter notifications anytime Warcraft devs post a hotfix, but I don't remember what the changes were. Change the subject, he's back. Oh, man. Talking about guilds, do your own guild. Do I run my own guild, and on what server? Gabriel, I do not run my own guild. Glocked and his wife are the GMs of the guild. So yeah, I don't run the guild. All I do is I just tank in the guild, man. I don't run the guild, and I don't really plan on managing a guild right now. He isn't a mouse? What? He's not undead? There's a few. So I've seen I don't know how to do it, but I've seen some people run certain webcams where they can put like a certain image on top of themselves, and it's like it has good actual tracking. So that'd be cool if I could do that with an undead face. I'd like that. But I don't know what software. I don't know if it's a software or a specific camera that does it. Undead monk for the win. Yeah, my monk is a Tauren right now. I decided to go Tauren, but like I stated it earlier, if I can be a Zandalari troll monk, I will do that. I will gladly do that. All right, so let's get this upgrade. It'll probably put me at 302, and there'll be a little bit less than I have to do for these dungeons. This is a guaranteed upgrade, as opposed to running a dungeon that won't necessarily be that guaranteed upgrade. So enforce the will of Rastakhan. I don't know if I remember how to do that one. It's called Face Rig in Steam. Let me look it up. Thank you. I appreciate that, David. Or CVST. Sorry. Oh, it is. Yes. Okay. I appreciate that. CVST. Perfect. Dark Iron tanks equals win for eating the debuffs. I agree, David. I agree. In fact, Dark Iron Dwarves, by the way, got nerfed yesterday. There was a stealth nerf yesterday. Do I get a... No, I don't get a quest item. Yeah, Zandalari... no, not Zandalari. Dark Iron Trolls got nerfed last night. So, by the way, I like doing this statue right here. It does my AoE pulls for me. It takes a lot of the damage for me at first, till everything kind of stacks up. Once everything stacks up, then I'll start rushing Jadewind. Like these guys off here, they're getting cleaved by my rushing Jadewind, but they're not aggroing to me immediately, right? Not until the iron statue kind of goes away. And with world quest mobs, there's a lot less need to purify. So I just kind of stack up my ISB till it goes full, and I just kind of leave it there. Like right now, you know, my stagger's sitting at 7%, no big deal. But when it comes to like AoE pulls, I'm glad that they also looked at monks and their orb generation. That helped out a lot, and then the Azurite traits also help out. So a few things that kind of help out. Also, one thing that you can do if you're playing a monk. So you see, I threw my Black Ox statue, right? It's a 10-second cooldown. So once that Black Ox statue, I can throw it over here, and these guys will re-aggro to me, but I think their aggro radius doesn't get like outranged and reset. So now I have all these guys. By just waiting 10 seconds, I now have a much bigger pull than before. And these range guys are aggroed to the Black Ox statue. So then I can throw another one down. That one's about to go down. These guys, again, aren't going to be dealing damage to me. They are range, and normally those range mobs are like the troublesome ones that you really want to worry about. Maybe throw some CC on. You don't need to paralyze them or anything if you have a Black Ox statue. It's just taunting them. And if you don't want to deal with them, then you can just keep chaining your Black Ox statues. It's no big deal. You know, your Black Ox statue has a 10-second cooldown. And it has a good amount of HP. 58k HP. It's a lot of HP. So, like, these guys, Black Ox statue does do LOS. So, apparently this doesn't break LOS. So, I'm gonna have two big guys here. It shouldn't be too bad. I should be able to get this done. Especially once the big guys kind of turn around and start trying to beat me up. There it is. I'm going to pop guard right now. And then I'll throw another Black Ox statue off here, off to the side. Uh-oh. The big guys are destroying me. Let's do this. Let's do a little bit of kiting. Okay. We should be able to kill the large majority of the non-elites. But yeah, these elite guys, they hurt. We might just have to do a little bit of running away. Let's heal up a little bit. We've got a 3-stack for Expel Harm, so we can use that. Let me throw down a statue over here. That's another range mob? What? Expel Harm. Elites. That's why I was looking for a quest item. Because I know when you do this quest while leveling up, these guys, there's a quest item that basically nukes them down. Alright, guys. There we go. Add a beard. He doesn't have a beard IRL. What? I add the beard? I do the face rig to add a beard? That'd be cool. What's my class suggestion for Magheart Orc and Dark Iron Dwarf? Dark Iron Dwarf, it's really good for a tank. Because, especially if you don't play like... if you don't play a paladin or something, as a Magheart Orc, you can cleanse yourself. So if you play a paladin, you already have cleanse on your bars. There's no big deal. But if you play like a warrior, I don't know if Magheart Orcs can be DKs, but depending on what they can be, a tanking class that cannot cleanse themselves would be really good on a Magheart Orc because you get that cleanse. Even if you do play it on a paladin or something like that, just the amount of strength that you get from using their racial is going to be amazing, right? That strength increases your active mitigation because your active mitigation is based on attack power. So when you pop that racial, you are going to be getting more active mitigation. You're going to get more armor through that. You're also going to be doing more damage. I don't know if getting more strength also increases your spell power and gives you heals. I imagine it does. So it'll also increase your hand or light of the protector depending on what you're running. So a lot of little things, but I would highly suggest it for tanks because it just makes you a little bit tankier in every sense of the way. Also giving you an extra cleanse. If your class already has a cleanse, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but if you don't, it's gonna be pretty good. 74%. Let's check the other area over here. You hate range mobs? Yeah, me too, man. Oh, underneath me. Alright. I believe I go around this way. Oh yeah, these guys are a lot better to pull. Really? Just gonna fall? Cool. I should be okay with this damage. Let's do this. Let's pull these guys. And let's put my Black Ox statue over here so it can pull all these. Alright, so while my Black Ox statue kind of tanks, let me heal myself up a little bit more. Here we go. Black Ox statue is already like at 50%. So that means that this really hurts, right? So as soon as they all turn around, look at me. Here it is. Pop a guard. And we'll keep that guard alive. As soon as that guard falls off in 2 seconds, I'll pop my AoE stun. Here it is. AoE stun. Just mitigate as much as I can before they start hurting me a little too hard, right? My healing elixirs is about to come off of cooldown. As far as my purify goes, I can purify, and in fact I'll purify once. That being said, I was at 20%. There isn't like a severe need for purify at that moment. And there's the pull. Nice, we got our gear. Let me just take care of this guy so we can get out of here and queue up. Perfect. Okay, let's whistle out of here. Do you guys hear the dog? Alright, let's equip this. Azerite trait? Azerite trait? No, not yet. Heart of Azeroth. Big tunes look so funny on Striders. Big tunes look funny on everything, man. They look funny on everything. Is this game worth for me coming back? Mr. Jackson, I am really digging this expansion. I also really like the previous expansion. I think Mythic Plus is a very, very good system. Flex raids have been around for a while. Flex raids are another really cool system. So if you played this game before and you really liked it, I can say that these two expansions, that the previous expansion and this expansion are gonna be good. Things are tuned relatively well. It seems like they're trying to tune more and more. We're item level 301. Let's jump into some dungeons. They keep trying to tune things a little bit more and more. Like feral druids were completely broken. They seem to really be focusing their attention on that right now. So there's a few things that are getting their attention, and I'm glad it is. Do I think they could have done a much better job at tuning in the beta before they went live? Yes. That being said, they're still really paying attention. I like it. What healer do I prefer having in my groups? Prot Paladin or not Prot Paladin, Holy Paladin, or any kind of priest, to be honest with you. Although on my monk druids are really good, just because of the way that stagger works. It works really well with the hot. All right. So let's just keep my rushing Jade Wind up. These are all non-elites. They all need to die. Here it is. Perfect. Here we go. We have this guy. Let me range pull him with my Chi Wave. And we can maintain threat on him by just keeping my regular rotation going and my rushing Jade Wind as well. You prefer having Monk? Big tunes better ride big mounts. That's true. It's true. You only play Legion for 2 weeks and quit? It was a waste of money? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I think the Mythic Plus system is a very good system, but if you don't like running with people, like if you don't like being in a guild or anything like that, then yeah, this expansion is probably going to be more of the same to you. If you do a lot of solo content, it probably won't be the most full of content expansion for you. But if you have some people you like playing with, or if you run with a guild, I overcap my purify. If you run with a guild, it doesn't matter the size of the guild. You can do Mythic Plus with a few amount of people. So yeah, this is basically a better version of the last expansion. But carefully with Holy Pally, you need a good player. I like a Holy Pally on my Prot Warrior. I like Holy Paladins. Alright, so I'm not using Black Ox statue on any of these pulls because they do the Black Ox statue does do like a big range pull. So I also interrupted this guy right here that was in the back, just so that we can kind of combine. That's what I was afraid of. The Black Ox statue was gonna pull all of this together. That being said, it got pulled anyway. So I haven't actually popped a single purify yet because my damage hasn't gone over like 20%. I saw it hit 20% once so far. So here's a little bit more damage on me. I think I hit like 80% because of the magic damage. So that's when I use my my expel harm. If I'm not taking big damage at all, then I don't see a need to use Expel Harm. I won't use it. That being said, when I do use Expel Harm, it's because I am taking kind of a little bit more burst damage. I can't CC this guy. Even if I try to throw a paralysis on him, it's just going to pull him. Okay, so since we just pulled him anyway, there's not much I can do about it. But I can try to keep him away from these adds so that they take full damage. There it is. Nice. Your old WoW head crusade. So then maybe you wait for a WoW Classic. And you can just wait for WoW Classic. WoW Classic should be coming out. I imagine beta and alpha of WoW Classic later this year. That being said, nothing official has been announced, so don't quote me on that. I'm going to pop guard right here. This is a lot of magic damage, and then this damage going out right here. I just didn't want to take all of that all at once. And then we can interrupt some of the water blasts whenever we can here. But important to maintain that ISB uptime, and important to know that I am running healing elixir, just because it's low level gearing up content. If this was a mythic, I would definitely be running bob and weave. Nice. So this guy's there. This guy will pat around and go away. There's no need to pull this guy. He has a shield wall. You see that? Or allies within 10 yards. So actually, I should pull him now because he's going to run over here and then get in the way. Yeah, let's just pull him. Like this pack in front of me, I don't need to pull them. These guys over here, I don't need to pull them. We can actually run right past them. Oh, I just realized we have a warlock as well. We could have done a much bigger skip with the warlock. Do I prefer proactive tanks? Hold on, let me turn off rushing Jadewind, and look, if you hug the left, you don't pull. Just something to note here. I pull these guys, we're eventually, someone's gonna cleave them somehow, even myself. I'm gonna rushing Jadewind and cleave them and pick them up. Oh no, they pulled. How? We had the rogue stealth. How did we pull this? I don't understand. Let me interrupt one of the mending rapids. I couldn't interrupt both of them. Actually, I threw out my stun. Let me get my guard going. Hopefully nobody pulls the boss. We have adds here. We don't really need to be pulling bosses as well. So hopefully nobody's pulled it yet. I'm hoping that we just we can mind our pulls now. Do I prefer proactive tanks that mitigate before the damage shifts or reactive tanks that heal? I prefer proactive, to be honest with you. That's why I like my Prot warrior a lot. And I like the monk playstyle is also really cool. I like the Prot pally playstyle. It's all those tanks that you set up for, right? It's all the, like you said, the proactive tanks. Reactive tanks would be, I guess Druid has a little bit of reactivity to it because it does have that self-healing. Demon Hunter and DK. And then someone earlier asked me why I don't just play DK, since they are going to be the kings of 5-man. I'm not crazy about the playstyle. Like, I recognize their strengths. I recognize that they are going to be amazing for 5-man content, but I'm not as drawn by their playstyle as I am by other classes, like a Prot paladin, a Prot warrior, this monk. Yeah, I'm a lot more drawn to other tanking classes. All right, time for these ads. I got really close to the edge there. Oh man, I need to turn off this aggro as well. It's from Z Pearl, so I do need to turn that off. Am I running Mythic with your monk actually? Mythic pluses? Yeah, sure. Like when Mythic pluses come out next week, I'm going to be running Mythic pluses on all of them. As far as like running Mythic zeros, I'm not geared for that yet, but as soon as I am, I'm going to be running that. So when we have like the Wednesday streams where I run Mythic plus and I just rip keys and I pug, I'll be like alternating what tank class I use. So it'll be a little bit of warrior, a little bit of monk. Once I get everybody else kind of geared up as well, then I can start doing them as well. Where is this? Aggro warning. Cool. That should go away then. Alright, let me pull that. And what I can do is actually throw my Black Ox Totem right here. It'll taunt them. and it might soak up a few of the casts. If it taunts at the right time, it might soak up a few of these casts. So not something that I'm completely relying on. I'm not saying it's going to work every time. Oh, somebody died. Was he just standing? Was he just standing in the Tempest cast? Probably. Either that or he fell off somehow. I hear you on playstyle. Blood, lack of mobility hurts your soul. It's not that bad anymore. So even though they don't have a lot of movement boosting abilities, they can't be snared below 70%. So they have that new passive, Death's Advance, which means that they can't go below 70% movement speed, which is really, really nice on a DK. Something else on a DK is that is on a 30 or 45 second cooldown, I can't remember. And then if you pick up a Wraith Walk, you hardly feel it. This guy picked up this Living Current. This Living Current was from the second or third pull from this dungeon. So yeah, he picked them up. He wasn't like right behind us right here. He tried to do a skip and probably like jumped over the ledge, picked them up. But yeah, in terms of playstyle, the DK being super slow and being snared all the time doesn't happen anymore. They're gonna be running at almost normal run speed, and if you are snared a little bit, that Death's Advance not only makes you immune, it also puts you at 130% run speed. So the new DK abilities are really nice. Tab target failure for my DPS, I guess so. But with before that boss pull, there was no tab targets. I'm gonna throw a statue here. It's going to pull the pats that are all non-elites, but that's okay. That's why I put it down there, so that it can pull the non-elite pats. Like I want those non-elite pats to kind of go down at roughly the same time as these guys. They are non-elite. They're no big deal. I should be also, like, if this was a mythic, I would be kiting at this point because of the blessing of Ironsides. But in a normal, these guys, they just don't hit hard enough to actually matter with this. Do I do healing and DPS videos or just tanking? I do whatever I'm currently playing. So I'm going to be doing an arms video as well, because I am doing a lot of arms PvP. I've done boomkin videos in the past when I was I played a boomkin a lot while I was raiding. So I do both, or I try to do them all. When I do like this week in Mythic Plus, which is going to start next week, by the way. This week in Mythic Plus, I cover tank mechanics, healing mechanics, and DPS mechanics. When I do raiding and boss guides, I cover DPS mechanics, healing mechanics, and tank mechanics. So I try to cover mechanics for everyone, but the super in-depth videos are about stuff that I really know well, and I'm much more of a tank than I am anything else. That being said, I've done weak auras for Holy Paladins in the past as well, because in Legion I did a lot of Holy Pally, or not a lot, but I did a decent amount of Holy Pally. That guy's gonna pull those. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. This was standing in. Oh, it didn't pull. There it is. All right. So I just need to be careful with the placement of this guy right here. He just can't be standing inside his rune. There it is. Let me get him out. Come on, get out of there. We have all of these other guys as well. So my stagger will probably be going up a decent amount right now. Although it doesn't seem to ever go above 20%. Normal mode dungeon damage is a lot lower than I remember it being. Good morning, Brendan. How are you doing, my friend? Brendan, I haven't seen you stream in a couple days. You've just been busy doing the gearing up stuff. Finishing off your Prot Warrior, by the way, Brendan. How are you enjoying your Prot Warrior now that you're getting a lot more gear to it? This is the last week, man. Are you comfortable with your Prot Warrior going into Old Year? How do you feel about it? Let me just make sure I'm not running into anything. Oh, am I running Mythic on my Monk right now? No, this is a normal mode because I need to get gear. My Monk is not geared up at all. Still doesn't compare to charge and heroically for fun. I agree. I really like charge. Like when I even play my druid bear, I have to pick up wild charge because I like charging into the battle. There will be one person. There will always be one person that pulls. Yes, there will always be one person. Am I spamming Azerite World Quest on your warrior? You mean all of these? No, Razilas, I am not. I'm honestly just doing like emissaries, and even then I haven't done all of them. And I got honored with Champions of Azeroth, and that was it. As far as like when I got honored, I was like, okay, I'm cool with that. I don't need to min-max everything. Running into the raid, we're gonna full clear normal and heroic, and that's probably it. I think at the moment, I don't know if we have the numbers for Mythic, and we've never really ran into Mythic so much. So it's just, you know, for running normal heroic progression, you don't really need to max out everything and max out every single number. So depending on the type of raid content you do, if you are doing like Mythic raiding and you are pushing for like server first round, oh god, the pulls. Let me throw that Black Ox down. Yep. This is gonna be fun. Okay, we're gonna test our Brewmaster today. Oh, they didn't pull? There it is. There it is. Okay, so I have my my statue down as well, just to be able to taunt off, just in case I don't actively have threat on anything. That statue will taunt for me. Let me pop my guard right now as well. You saw my stagger never hit above 20-something%. That being said, when I start getting into Mythic, it's gonna be a different story for sure. But it still demonstrates the power of Brewmasters, right? I used one of my healing elixirs. Let me use a little bit of Expel Harm here. Yeah, not too bad. 5-hour stream last night and you're hungover? Oh, I heard you say you were doing a Drunk Friday stream while playing your DK, and I forgot that there's such a big time differential between me and you to where that already happened. How did that go, man? You were drinking what, like every time you finished a dungeon, or what was the scheme, or was it just let's just drink and stream? All right, so everybody's here. Let's get a statue down just to taunt them together, and then we'll get them going. All right. So the important thing is to have ISB up for the hindering cleave. Again, this is normal. I don't have to worry too much about like the damage going out. Let me interrupt one of the slicing blasts here. It's good to interrupt whenever you can. Something else that I can do as well is actually pop guard before the hindering cleave hits. If you are running guard for your 5-mans, that is when you want to use it. So there's my guard right there. Definitely staggered or absorbed a very good amount. There's a reinforcing ward. Let me go in there, cleanse myself off, and then get back to it. As far as like this guy, doesn't seem like anyone's really interrupting Gale Caller or Faye, to be completely honest with you. You started streaming Keys last expansion thanks to my push. Nice, man. Yeah, I enjoy your content, Brendan. I really do like it. Whenever, I'm telling you, Brendan, whenever you're ready for a shout out, I am more than willing to shout out your channel, man. I know you last time you said let me get into the groove a little bit more, and so I respect that, but whenever you want that, I'm completely okay with shouting you out. I like your content. You're a very good tank as well. Alright, so this boss went down at the exact same time. That was a perfect cleave. They don't share HP pools, by the way, so it shouldn't be that way, but it was a good cleave. Many classes have a sprint-like effect. DKs can talent into walking. Wraith walking? Yeah. Warrior at 345. Item level, pretty confident with it. Pally's at the ready, though, just in case. Nice. 345. You outgeared me. I'm 341. I didn't get very lucky with the Titan Warforged, just to be honest with you. Alright, I'm going to throw that statue down just to kind of get everything cluttered up together. Let me interrupt that darkness. This is going to hurt. We didn't have a lot of interrupts in our last run. So that means that this one, in our last pull, the boss pull, that means that this is really going to hurt. Although it seems like we did get one interrupt. My interrupt is still down, so my interrupt is going to be coming up. Let me get that. Nice. Not too bad. I thought it was going to go a lot worse. Okay, let me pull this guy as well. Come here, guy. Drink after every wipe to ease the pain and suffering. Ouch. Ouch, man. You only see one video on his channel. Epic, he streams on Twitch. Yeah, he streams on Twitch. You just drank flat out while doing mythics? Nice. Very nice. We can skip these guys. By the way, I skipped this group because it has the one guy who needs to be interrupted and 2 enforcers next to him. Like, that's a substantial pull. I was gonna use Black Ox statue, but I'm not very like extremely familiar with the AoE range on it, so I'd rather not, because these guys do a lot of magic damage. I want to just avoid them if I can. This is the mob you hate the most? Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning it, that nobody interrupts. Yep, and nobody really does interrupt. Although people are interrupting this, but they weren't interrupting the boss. So that's interesting. Alright, so now I can kind of pop this. Pop it a little bit more to the right. It shouldn't be pulling anything else, but just in case, it'll do LOS into this room. It'll be a little further away from the other guys over to my right-hand side. It should still be okay, regardless of where I decide to place it on this platform. But just in case, being a little overcautious, I have had this Black Ox statue overpull for me once or twice. Tanky Mythic Zero plus tanky Mythic Zeros on a Brewmaster is very fun. Yeah, it seems like if I knew these people that I was here with, like if I knew the healer and the DPS, I could just mount up and be like, hey guys, we're gonna do a really big pull right now, and so keep DPS ready, keep your pots ready, keep your cooldowns ready, and then I'll let you guys know when. So you just do a really big pull, stagger it all, and then just have your DPS go at it. It seems like it can be really fun. Its taunt range is in a circle from the totem. Yeah, I think it's 40 yards? 30 yards. It's 30 yards. Oh, they're not dead yet, guys. It's 30 yards. But yeah, it's sometimes, honestly, it seems like it might be, it seems like it's a little bit more, but it's just me not being used to the totem, to be completely honest. These mobs suck even on normal heroic. Yeah, they do. Alright, so again here, something I can do is throw that totem like back here, and I don't think that is going to be close enough to pull the pats when they do come around here. So just make sure that I have as much threat as I can on these guys. That being said, hopefully the Black Ox statue pulls one of the mental assaults away from me. But no, they're both going off on me. So let's just take a side step here. Oh, they got interrupted. They got stunned. It's always super important to know where your mental assaults are going. And sometimes some of your DPS will stun for you and change that direction. Alright, let me get rid of my Black Ox statue and place it right in the middle of both of these pulls. Let's get them both stacked up. Perfect. Perfect pull here. Alright, so if this was Mythic, I would not be doing this. It's a lot of magic damage going out here. Let's do a guard here to kind of get that magic damage down. Oh, big AoE taunt. I mean, AoE fear. Let me try to outrange the mental assaults, because they went all over the place, right? Now I don't know where my mental... Oh, see, there was one facing me, and then there was 3 other ones that were not facing me. So that fear kind of threw things off a little bit. Where's the mental assault? Over there. Okay. I like having the nameplates a little bit closer to see where the mental assaults are going. So this mental assault is going off in the other direction. We're good here. We're fine. And then as far as purifying, these dungeons aren't putting enough damage on me to really worry about purification. These mobs are scary too. They can be. They really can be. I don't want to throw a statue in here because it might pull the other side. 30 yards. Yeah, it's probably close enough to pull both sides, to be honest. Let's do a big fire breath here and rushing Jade Wind. You're taking a random poll. Would you rather have a druid or a shaman healing you in 5-mans? Probably a druid. Druids seem to have more mobility and they seem to take less breaks. Shamans seem to actually need to really worry about their mana as a resource. Maybe take a few breaks here and there. They also need to stop to cast a lot. So I would say druid can keep up a little bit better. Pausing stagger damage during bloodlust for big trash pulls feels OP. I bet. I still need to get there. I need to gear up this guy and get there. Oh, these shoulders, they change. It's not the same transmog. You'd rather have a shaman, Brendan? That's interesting. Do you feel like you get a lot out of the shaman mastery? That was a misclick, by the way, on ZenMed. Do you feel like you get a lot out of the shaman mastery, Brendan? Because I feel like the shaman mastery is weak, and I'm not crazy about it. I feel like they need to get a new mastery. Hopefully this guy, there it is, he's running into the orbs. He knows what he's doing. Oh, we have one extra orb. So if you have extra orbs during this boss, what you can do is one of the DPSers or your tank, really, it doesn't matter, can run into this orb, and the stun that this orb gives out is actually dispellable. So what you can do is have someone besides the healer jump into it and then get cleansed immediately. So just in case you start getting extra orbs when we start doing Mythic Plus and we start getting tyrannical bosses, this guy just ran it through the melee. Oh man, what terrible person runs it through melee. Like, I hope they get it. Please, someone in melee, please get stunned. And just as long as it's not me. No gear here so far. We can get gear from the last guy. What is this breath bar? I'm not used to breath bars. Worst mob you ever ran into? It was normal, heroic, or mythic as a mob in a tall before the totem boss. Oh, the one in the ring? You don't need to pull him. You can run around the ring, and you don't need to pull him. That guy's pretty bad. Shaman needs to rely on totems to do any burst healing. Not shaman, rip shaman. Shaman mastery does not synergize with Brewmaster stagger. I agree. But even speaking with like my Prot warrior, I'm not crazy about it. I think shaman healing might pay off a little bit more with DKs because they have self-healing, right? And so increasing their HP is going to increase their healing amount. Maybe even druids as well. Druids are one big sponge tank. So by the way, guys, you can skip all of this trash if you hug down here. If you hug this corner and then go up in between both packs, you don't pull them. So every time I'm in a group, I actually label all this for them. Is this guy getting... I think they're getting stunned by the jellies. So yeah, every time I'm in a group, I label all this for them. That being said, it'll probably get pulled, to be honest with you. You push 20 to 22 with a shaman last expansion. The lower the group gets, the higher they heal, and their totems this expansion are OP for fears. Their elemental comes in handy. That's true. They are very good for like the big AoE fears, like when you're gonna have random groups in a tall desert. See. Oh. Yeah. They're going down. Oh, fear bomb. So we can get more packs of them. There it is. Pull. Nice. Nice fear bomb. Alright. I might go down to this. So what I want to do, I'm going to throw out my stun, and I'm just going to get the hell away from all this. Whoops. Whoops. That was my fault. I pulled this. Let's stun this one. And most of these guys are dead, actually, so that's good. Oh, man. I'm going to do a little purifying here, a little healing. My interrupt was down for that, so someone else has got to get some interrupts here. Let me get this interrupt here. Perfect. And let me do a little bit of healing. Now, time to do the kiting as well for this ad. Alright. Yeah, this ad definitely hurts, and it makes my stagger add up pretty damn quickly. So if I can kite, I will. But that being said, for that little bit... Jeez. Alright, let's pull this boss. The ones where you have to kill a totem and the zombie honor guards drop goop everywhere, you can skip that. Oh no, not that. I thought you meant the one that has the trainer with the 2 triceratops. I thought that's the one you were talking about, the pull before the last one. Because the other things depends on what side you go. Have to kill the totem. Oh, you're talking about the guard, the ones before the second to last boss. Yeah, those are, they hit hard. That pack hits hard in particular because it has 2 casters and then the 1 hulking guy, and then sometimes it depends on how you do the pull. You might also get a rogue in there as well. All right, so let's see. I have my guard up for the rest of this pull. I think we're good. I think I can do that. Perfect. And then the DPS handle the rest of it. There it is. DPS can handle that. And then we'll come over here. You see there's a big bubble on this guy. You need to interrupt him to get rid of that bubble. Whoops. Does a reanimation totem only affect the hulking guy? What do you mean? What do you mean the reanimation totem only affecting the hulking guy? His mechanic where you have to hit all of the totems all at once? So one of the rogues keeps yelling at me in /chat to stop moving. So we can do a little bit of movement here for him. Just for that guy. We're going to have a second DPS phase. Here it is. Oh, I thought we were going to have a second DPS phase. Alright, let's leave. Ran a group of 2 DKs. They enslaved the reanimated HD. Those guys wreck stuff. Oh, nice. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, DKs can absolutely take care of that. Let's do this. Okay. So, no item level upgrade on that, unfortunately. We can run a few more, though. We can definitely aim for some more. Let me repair. I like... you see on a... Male Tauren transmog, man. Feels bad, man. Does a reanimation totem only affect the hulking guy? The trash version. Oh, yes. The totem only affects him, yes. Actually, here's the Taldazar. So this is normal, so I don't have to go right. The trash here isn't too bad. I'm going to let them know that we're going to do a big pull. I'm pretty sure we can survive it if we do the big pull with the golem. Should we? Okay, we won't. Because normal, like if everyone doesn't kill the Colossus first, then we're going to be in for trouble. So let me pull these 2 packs. And with these 2 packs, we should have enough. Now, we're going to have some wildfire procs go out here. But this is where I can kind of gauge where things are going, right? How the damage is going to go off. Here's a wildfire cast. Interrupt it when you can. But not your #1 priority to interrupt that all the time. Black Ox statue is about to go down. Let me do that. You're trusting your pug too much? Yeah, you can get it done. It's not impossible, especially on a normal. As long as everyone DPSs a Colossus first. And if I'm going to do that pull, I normally tell everybody DPS a Colossus first. That being said, for DPS, it's very hard to see a pull like that and to not just want to AoE cleave everything. Let me pull both of these guys. Let me pull them here. Alright. So now we need to focus on this Colossus first. This is still a pretty substantial pull with a lot of trolls that can enrage this Colossus, and some of them are going to go down before the Colossus. So yeah, it's a good thing that I didn't do the super big pull. Actually, Colossus went down almost at the same time as the other trolls did. So we don't have like we didn't have the healing and buffing going on. He went down before the souls actually reached them, so that's good. They went down at about the same time. I was a little worried there. I thought we were going to get 2 buffs on that Colossus, and we didn't. So that's good. Perfect. Alright. Now we can pull these guys. I can actually put the statue. Oh, I was going to put it behind him, but I guess I can't. Still learning where to best place these statues on a Brewmaster monk. You really miss the Havoc Demon Hunter Lego. I think the Havoc Demon Hunter is really missing its Legos and its artifact weapon. I feel like it probably suffered, like every single tank suffered, right? Every single tank had a lot on those artifact weapons, the artifact abilities, a lot of magic mitigation as well. But you know, most tanks lost the majority of their magic mitigation, and I just feel like the demon hunters may have lost out on a little bit more than other tanks. Okay, we're gonna do a bigger pull here. So my rushing Jadewind did run out. I do have the auger on this pull, but we should be okay. Since this auger doesn't do the big AoE cast that he does in heroic, we should be okay with this pull. So I'm gonna pop a guard right now, start taking all this damage, and I should be able to, yeah, I have threat on all of this. That's fine. Is the tainted blood on me? It is on me. Okay, let me pick this up. Interrupt that wildfire whenever you can. That being said, on normal mode, it's not super terrible. So I did do a purify there because my stagger did hit 50%. It isn't like super necessary, especially when only hitting 50%. But I did have extra charges, so if I can purify and make my healer's life easier, I will. Alright, so we do have one last pull over here before we pull the boss. Let's get this pull. I really like that on a monk. When you taunt something, it runs towards you a lot faster. Do I feel my monk is a lot less spiky than my warrior? Yes, a lot. Stagger is crazy how well it works. Alright, so let me drop this here, go behind him, and that's how you can position things as a monk. We're learning. We're all learning together. Actually, that's not true. Some of you guys are actually Brewmaster monk mains, and I'm sure you guys can teach me a thing or two. So with this, yeah, if you look at how steady this is, like I have a resto druid here, right? So my stagger is hitting in the 30% now, and I'm still not really taking damage, right? He just rolled out dots on me. I have all of the dots rolled out on me. Actually, not anymore, but I had all of the resto druid dots rolled out on me, and even though my stagger was hitting 30%, those dots were healing me back up as soon as my stagger dot was ticking. So resto druids and monks are like peanut butter and jelly, man. You know what I mean? I don't know what I mean. Peanut butter and jelly, guys. Let's not do that. But yeah, definitely a lot less spiky, and when you have that resto druid with you, it's just a match made in heaven. Alright, let me throw my statue. There it is. Actually, we can do this. We can go out here and pull this guy. As long as I interrupt this, there it is. As long as I interrupt that guy, we're good. We can do these big pulls here. So I'm going to replace my Black Ox statue so that they actually walk over here, because I just saw that they were still over there trying to hit my statue. But yeah, doing these dungeons on a Brewmaster monk, not bad at all. So there it is. I interrupted this guy so he can hug me a little bit better and walk over to me, and the threat generator should be more than enough. Let me taunt this guy as well. That demon hunter doesn't want to do mechanics, really? I haven't been paying attention to the rest of the group. Okay, let me take out rushing Jadewind. You don't need to pull these guys. This is what I thought you were originally talking about with the pull over here. So if you hug that wall, no need to pull those guys. I'm not going to drop a statue so that it doesn't pull that guy, because I just really don't want them. They're like non-stunnable, non-CCable. They charge stun. They do all sorts of nonsense. As far as like these little guys, I'm going to collect them with rushing Jadewind and a little bit of like Breath of Fire, Keg Smashes, but these guys, they jump around. It's just what they do. Again, just take care of these guys. Oh, Rezen is about to do another lap, so we don't have to worry too much about getting there as soon as possible. Alright, so that being said, with Rezen here, I can throw my statue. Oh man, it didn't want to do that. I can throw my statue back here. This is where I want to tank Rezen facing anyway. In heroic, in normal mode, he doesn't have a tail swipe, so I can make him face the corner, and no one should be getting hurt by that. Alright, so he's coming around, and hopefully Hopefully we don't get a ton of ads. But if we do get a ton of ads, I can actually place my Black Ox statue like way off here, and all the ads are just going to go over there. As long as nobody touches them and tries to out aggro my statue, we'll be fine. So that's also another strength that I can go to with these Brewmaster monks. Alright, so there is the Fear Bomb. I don't have Berserker Rage, so I actually need to LOS and get out of here. You can see that this doesn't break it. Okay, so there's ads over here, right? So let me do this. Let me place the Black Ox statue over there. The ads are going to run way past me. Come on, get taunted. Get taunted. What? Why is this ad not being taunted by my statue? Is it too far? No. It should be fine. Okay. Why does that not work? There it is. That did not work out. It shouldn't have been too far either. Just swapped your Azerite traits from Prot to general passives. And one Azerite trait from inner circle to DPS went up. Oh, nice, man. Very nice. Depending on what traits those were, Theodorus, you may want to keep them. Deafening Crash is worth keeping. Keep one piece of gear, and you can't stack Deafening Crash, so you can only do one piece. Keep Deafening Crash on one piece of gear. It is amazing what that talent point, what that Azerite trait does. So that's the only one I suggest keeping. If you want to go with the general traits for the rest of your traits, then you can do that. Deafening Crash is the one that's like, yeah, you need this as a Prot warrior. Okay, I'm gonna need to throw my stun out on this guy. I no longer have my interrupt up, so no big deal. Let's throw our stun out right there, and then my interrupt should be back up right now. There it is. Perfect. And now I can just do this big AoE pull. Also, something I'll do is I'll throw my statue out over here to taunt the there it is, to taunt those guys. And those guys are the like invisible rogues that are here, right? I just wanted to pick them up. I think they just finished killing my statue, so the rest of the aggro jumps over to me. Here we go. I can get my guard up right now as well. I'm going to be taking high damage, and since I am playing a Brewmaster monk, I can cleanse myself as well. So once I start getting these poison effects on me, I can get rid of them. The power of a monk. Not only do you have stagger, not only do you have Ring of Peace, Breath of Fire, a little bit of self healing, not the best. If you run healing elixirs, it's a little bit better, but again, not the best. I thought everybody was on reanimation totem a little bit more, but they were not. So we helped out a little bit with that damage. Now, if I start getting those debuffs, the poison effects, then I will start cleansing. But if not, this damage isn't too bad. Still no buffs. Where's our long way to buffs as a Prot warrior? Jonathan, I am hoping that the buffs I wasn't paying attention. I'm hoping that the buffs get to us at the end of Uldir. That's my hope. My hope is that they are going to see everything in Uldir and be like, oh yeah, these numbers aren't what we want them to be. And at the end of Uldir, they'll be like, all right, to me, something that really signifies that they want to change the Prot warrior is the fact that they nerfed Ignore Pain twice and then removed it, and then they replaced it later, and then they gave it back, and now it's completely in a nerf state. So to me, that tells me that they don't like Ignore Pain and they want a different mechanic. So I'm hoping that during Uldir, they kind of work out what they want to do and they give us something different. I don't expect it to be straight out buffs. What I honestly expect is a nerf to our mastery and our buff, and a buff to our normal, like, everyday mitigation. So maybe an Ignore Pain buff, maybe a replacement to smooth us out a little bit more, something with better uptime than our shield block, and then a nerf to our mastery. I think our mastery is very strong, and if our mastery gets nerfed, it's not gonna be a big deal. It's completely OP right now. So what I'm expecting is a little bit of a give and take, right? Like, they're gonna give us a little bit, take away a little bit from our mastery. As a Prot Pally main, which tank alt would be cover my weakness in Mythic Plus? Torn between Blood Decay and Brewmaster. Prot Pally main for Mythic Plus, I would say Brewmaster. I'd say Prot Pallies and Blood Decays are striving to be similar. Blood DKs do things better. Blood DKs have a 45-second AMS or 30 seconds if you talent it. I think they're gonna. Oh no, they didn't. Okay. Like you have Blessing of Spell Warding, 3-minute cooldown. You have self heals that are on what 16-second cooldown, right? Your Light of the Protector. You have a ranged interrupt. It's just part of your rotation. Every now and then it can catch you off cooldown. There's a few things that prop pallies do very similar, but DKs have it more on demand, and at always, like whenever they want that up, they can have it up. So I think Blood DKs and Prot Paladins are kind of similar in the way that they express their kit. It can add up to significant differences when we talk about high-end mythics, but Brewmaster will help you, because a Brewmaster will basically help you a lot on tyrannical weeks, right? Tyrannical weeks, the big thing that you're afraid of on a high key push on a tyrannical week is a one-shot. Is this ability that normally hits me like a truck going to one-shot me? And if it is, what defensives do I need to stop that one-shot? That being said, a Brewmaster Monk cannot get one-shot. So while your pally can, and you can bubble to try to avoid it preemptively, there's nothing you can do once you find out that it's already coming and that one-shot's going to happen, right? So your Brewmaster is going to help you kind of counter that. I think it'll give you something completely different, right? Oh, sorry about that, guys. I think Blood DK and Prot Paladin are a little bit more similar than the Brewmaster pick. So I think the Brewmaster pick will change things up for you in a substantial way. Let's just sell all this trash. That's a lot of trash I have on this guy. And then I need to scrap all this too, and I'm right next to the scrapper. But let's do another dungeon, but we can get another Azurite trait. Drinking Purified Brew while Heavy Stagger causes next 3 melee abilities to heal you for 1k. 1k? Really? Just 1k? Siphoning Health. Yeah, I'd much rather get a small heal rather than a 1k heal when I only have Heavy Stagger. 302. 302 item level. We're getting up there. What happened to the warrior? Is the Prot warrior lost cost? No, Jason. I did all of my mythics on my Prot warrior, and I also did all of my islands on my Prot warrior. So since I finished everything there is to do on that weekly, I am now on my Brewmaster Monk that I need to gear up. So my Brewmaster Monk is almost ready for Heroics 305, and hopefully I can get some mythics done this weekend, or maybe like Monday before reset. So yeah, my Prot warrior is done. Like, I'm item level 341. I am saved to everything. I did my weekly Azurite as well for the Heart of Azeroth. So as far as my warrior, I'm all set. I'm ready for Old Year. There's nothing left to do, man. I could go and do every single world quest to try to maximize my Azurite as much as possible, but I think I'll pass on that. Just me thinking that we do not need a buff for the rework. I agree, Theodorus. I don't think we need a buff. I agree that we need a rework. That's why I would be completely okay if they did something like if they nerfed our mastery, but then took IP off the global. If that's what it takes to get off of the global for IP, I'm okay with that. As far as like Prot warriors being unusable and broken and not working, I disagree. There is a way to work a Prot warrior. There is a way to do the content on a Prot warrior. But what I think is throwing people off right now is the fact that a Prot warrior in BFA is very different than a Prot warrior in Legion. It's a very, very different game for that Prot warrior. So since it's so different, I think a lot of people still see the same abilities. So you try to have the same rotation. That's just not how it's going to work. You're not going to have the same rotation. I think these guys are going to pull too. Yeah, and that's fine. I'm okay with this big pull. We can handle this. But yeah, I think people see the exact same abilities, and they think it's the exact same rotation. Same thing I need to do. It's very different. You need to play a Prot warrior completely differently right now. I threw a paralysis on that vendor right there to interrupt the spritzer. That being said, someone is there it is. That guy's hitting that guy, so there's not much I can do about it. There's an inhale vapors guys on me right now, so they are going to be doing a lot of damage. Let me interrupt this spritzer. So while my stagger got up to a decent amount, especially for a normal dungeon, It was nothing that was crazy out of hand or anything that couldn't be handled. Prot Warrior falls behind other tanks but has the highest best mitigation when cooldowns are up. I agree. Prot Warriors have the best physical damage mitigation when we talk about just the active mitigation, just shield block in comparison to everything else. It's way better. But that being said, let me do a big pull here as well. That being said, Iron Fur can stack up and can become better. So Iron Fur has the possibility of becoming better, but Iron Fur has diminishing returns that it shares with armor, so that means it can fall back a little bit. But Prot Warriors are the kings of physical damage mitigation with just their normal everyday block, right? That trait is underwhelming. Which trait are we talking about? The trait for Prot Warriors, the deafening crash. It is not. I really suggest you take a look at it again, because deafening crash makes it so that I maintain it. I'm running unstoppable force and anger management, and my deafening crash makes it so that my demo shout lasts about 30 seconds. I have my demo shout ready to go before it's even off my target, and then I have a little bit of downtime by the time my next avatar comes off of cooldown. But even then, that downtime, we're talking about 15 seconds. So my uptime on demo shout with deafening crash is in the area of like, there it is. I wanted this guy to go away. My uptime with there's someone on him. My uptime with deafening crash on demo shout is higher than 80% for sure. Like, for sure. We're gonna do a big pull here. We're gonna pull the guys over to my left, and that's okay. I just need to interrupt this guy when he does hail of Fletchers or whatever it is. That right there. There it is. I interrupted it, and we should be okay. Now, it's not going to be the best time for like my healer or something, but we should be okay. Let me pop a guard right now as well. This is why I'm running guard for these normal dungeons on my Brewmaster, because it allows you to do big pulls like this, and in the front of the pull, like when the pull is all alive and all active and all hitting you, that's when you pop that guard and you use the most out of it. That being said, guard still doesn't run out. Like, I'm still not using all of the talent point because the bubble just doesn't run out. Did I just log on my Demon Hunter Horde? No, man, I've been streaming for a few hours. But what's up, Christian? Yeah, I've been streaming for 3 hours. Alright. So now, you think we'll get buffed for Mythic Plus as well, or just pure raid? You kind of wish you could ditch your Blood Decay for your Prot Warrior Mythic Plus as well, just to push high keys? Probably not. Probably not. I think the buffs are gonna come in making our kit smooth, in taking things off of the global cooldown, or if they are on the global cooldown, making them have the same impact, right? There's a lot of things right now that are on the global that just don't have the heaviest impact, and for something to take up one of our globals, like our globals are not something that we can take lightly. I really need to get this bomb. Yeah, our globals are not something we can take lightly, so we need to really focus on what's using our globals and how we can unclog that system in the globals. So I think that's what Blizzard really needs to take a look at when it comes to Prot Warriors. So it's going to be an all-around buff to Prot Warriors, but it won't make us the kings of Mythic Plus. We were not the kings of Mythic Plus in Legion, and there hasn't been that many changes to Prot Warriors since Legion that changed that argument. There just isn't. So kind of like Brewmaster monks, they were not the kings of like the MDI in Legion, and not much has changed. So trying to make a Brewmaster monk the king of MDI is going to be difficult. All right, let's just pull this. It's going to be a big pull. That rock lance is going to go out on my statue. So the reason why I did that was to get that rock lance on that statue. So now here's another rock lance. Let me throw a stun out. Keep everything as off me as possible. I'm going to get another rock lance here. Yeah, that rock lance hurts, but I can try to mitigate it like somewhat by using my statue. Ooh, that was a death there. Cover, move away. Cover who? What? I know we're still in combat. What is going on? What do I have in combat? We can't res that guy because we're in combat. I'm not quite sure what's still in combat. I don't know. I don't know. Let me pull these guys as well. Let's drop my statue there. Let me interrupt that rock lance. So I do have a rock lance going out on me right here. That is going to be hurting every time that does go out. And I believe there's another Earthshaper. Yeah, there's another Earthshaper behind me. So this rock lance is going to go out. I pop my guard right now to be able to absorb that. That rock lance is going out on my statue. Perfect. Not too worried about it if it goes out on my statue. Let me throw down another statue to be able to taunt off. Just a little bit of mobility as well. There's a rock lance on me. I can get that interrupt. Nice. I got it. I got it. And now, just the Earthshaper and one of the sappers. No big deal. You asked Katie why bear highest DPS is auto attack. She said his bear is broken right now. Yeah. If your bear's highest damage is auto attack, then yeah, something's broken. I haven't played a bear since beta, and I didn't really look at what the meters split up to, so I'm not sure. But see, what is this? What is this? I don't know why we're still in combat. Hopefully, whatever is in combat with us eventually walks over to us, because or else we won't. It says trash, that we have trash on us that is using cover. Oh, why, guys? Why? There was no need to hug these guys. Okay, we got these guys now. We have to deal with them. No biggie. Here's the Earthshaper. Let's interrupt that Earthshaper. I would have loved to save the interrupt for the next Earth, or like the next trash pull, one of these guys. But hopefully we get it back. We need some sort of self heal. I agree. I think making impending victory baseline as well would be really nice. It'll give us something else to add to our global cooldown. Yes. But it's at least something that is a substantial heal, right? 15-20% depending on what version they want to give us. It'd be nice. It'd be really nice. You're going to be so disappointed if they don't change this at all 8.1, and I will honestly lose their hope for the class. They'll make IP better. I agree. I will be disappointed because I've seen way too many changes in the beta. They don't want ignore pain. They've taken it away. They've given it back. They've replaced it. They've nerfed it. They've done everything that they can do to ignore pain, to not let us have ignore pain. So I really am expecting a bit of a rework. If nothing happens, then yeah, I would be very disappointed as well. So I'm gonna do my statue here so that they can take the rock lances. Let's see where are the rock lances. Come on, there's one cast of rock lance going out. There's the other cast. Perfect. My statue taking those rock lances from me, man. MVP. That statue's a real MVP, man. Alright, rock lance going out on me again right now. I'm just gonna pop my guard for it. And there's one more Earthshaper, isn't there? Oh no, that was it. We killed them all. Perfect. Very nice. We need to self-heal either on the manor cooldown like Pally passive or legendary bracers like Brendan said. Yes. Me and Brendan kind of chatted about this. I think that adding the bracers as a talent point would be really nice. If they got rid of Ravager, I'd added Manoroth's bracers to the last row of talents. I would consider not picking up active anger management. Wait, what? Butchie, he's behind us? Where? I don't... Oh, they want to do the world quest. Is it this way? Nope. I legitimately don't know how to do this world quest. You meant the Brewmaster trait, which causes you to heal a very small amount. Oh, yeah. You meant the Azurite trait on this one, the one that I didn't pick? Yeah. It didn't seem like that much. If it scales higher, then maybe. But for now, yeah, it just didn't seem like it was worth it. Can we do it without pulling these guys? Maybe. Maybe. I've never done this world boss. Hopefully nobody pulls. Alright, everybody. On your best behavior. That being said, everybody pulled. Alright, it's an Earthshaper. He's going to rock lance my statue. Cool. Statue being the MVP again. Man, I like my statue. It's getting down all of these earth bolts. Let me get a guard going as well. That guard should help me maintain a little bit better here. Resonant Pillar. I don't know what Butchie's doing, but it's hurting, man. It's hurting. Whatever that Resonant Pillar is doing, that's not cool. Furious Quake. Let me interrupt that one. Do a little bit of purification there. I was sitting at 40% for a while. It wasn't getting that much higher, but it was just maintaining there. So since I had extra charges to be able to cleanse, I went ahead and did it. Let me get a stun in here. What is this Resonant Pillar? I think we probably have to nuke it. Alright. Furious Quake. Let's interrupt that one again. And that should be it, right? Did we already kill? Oh no, Butchie's still here. Very low HP, but Butchie's still here. There it is. Perfect. Focus down the rock totem equals win. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, that it was just a really big pull for no reason. They, you know, people clipping everything else. IP demo rally cry off the global cooldown. IP should have a higher multiplier on strength verse whatever. IP cap should come out to 2 or 3 again. Not yes. So if they want to keep the IP multiplier how it is right now, it's not terrible. It's about I think I have almost a 30k bubble and like 140k HP. So the percentages are not terrible, but I don't like the fact that I can't stack it. Like, I'm running Unstoppable Force and Anger Management. Every now and then, I generate so much rage, I want to use it somewhere else. Being capped on 1.3 Ignore Pains, I hate it. I really do. So, the 1.3 Ignore Pains, I hope that changes as well. That's also one of my hopes. That being said, I just think they're going to get rid of Ignore Pain and hit us with something that has diminishing returns, which makes sense. Right now, what they really seem to want to do is put a lot of things on diminishing returns so that they need to do less tuning in between raid tiers, which is a smart idea for them. From a developer standpoint, you know, that's a good idea to kind of keep things on diminishing returns, like they're doing with block value. You know, things are diminished after a while, and that's a good design philosophy. Do you guys see how like this add-on is broken on Brewmaster monks? Every single tick of Rushing Jadewind shows up as an independent cast. As a tank, which is your most likely DPS to have in group? I like having all ranged. If I have all ranged, I don't need to worry about positioning. I don't need to worry about I still need to worry about like what direction I face things, but less. I like having all ranged. So whatever combination of all ranged you want to have, that's what I enjoy having. All ranged. Once you start having melee, then you need to worry about like, all right, you know, am I moving too much? Am I annoying the hell out of this melee? Am I stopping the melee from being able to do as much DPS as possible? Because I'm gonna pull the rats behind me. Am I stopping the DPS from being able to do as much DPS as possible because I may move a little bit too much on this pull, or I might like this pull over here? Yeah, I think going with all ranged is definitely something I prefer. Let me pull these guys back. I do have my statue over here as well that'll taunt them. Let me actually put my statue here so they don't get LOS'd. But yeah, a group with all ranged is a little bit easier to handle. A little bit less to worry about. You take exception to frost mages who Nova before you get aggro on everything. Yeah. Yeah. Also, there's certain classes that just have the ability to like stop a pull cold, like dead in its tracks. Now, like I've been playing my arms warrior a little bit more, and with that arms warrior, if I decide to jump in a little too early, right? If I decide now's the time for me to start DPSing, and I run in and I charge a mob. If it's not a warrior tank, that mob didn't have a snare. I just snared it by charging, and I separated one mob from the pack, and I'm going to start DPSing that one because that's my target. I'm going to start going in. There's a lot of little things that can separate packs and separate pulls. One other thing that happened on my last dungeon is I had a warrior in there who was fear bombing, and he fear bombed I think twice in the dungeon, and those fear bombs resulted in in trash pulling, because he obviously wasn't like, I don't think as arms or as fury you can talent into menace to keep them in place. I think that's only a prot thing. So he would fear bomb, and then it was just up to me to pick up the pieces. I don't. Is my healer not here? Oh, my healer is here. I went down really low in that pull. All right, so let me put my statue over here to pull everything to one side. There it is. Nice and stacked up. Cool. I am gonna need to do like purifying and stuff on this pull, so I'm gonna be a little bit more careful with my stacks, right? So once for some reason my statue is still tanking these guys. Not a whole lot of magic damage goes over to stagger, but it should be enough, although it just really doesn't look like it. Have I tried running Impending Victory instead of Into the Fray? 15% is a lot, but you can self-heal a lot better. Jonathan, I did. In the beta, I actually only ran Impending Victory. Until the last build of the beta, I ran Into the Fray, and I preferred Into the Fray a lot more. So that guy is just standing in junk. The guy right above me, look, this guy. He's just dying. What? There you go. All right. All right, let's go. So yeah, I ran Into the Fray for the beta for a very long time, but I actually got rid of it once they gave us like into or Unstoppable Force and Deafening Crash. Like once I started getting the final Prot Warrior, I think it goes with Into the Fray a little bit better. If you pug a lot and you don't necessarily always trust your healers because you're just plugging random people, then Into the Fray can pay off. Just like right now, running healing elixirs has saved my life once because I don't know what was happening, but I wasn't really receiving that many heals. So a Victory Rush can pay off in that same way if you do pug a lot. If you do run with like a guildie or anyone that you know, anyone on your friends list, then you're gonna get lower results from running that Victory Rush, because your healer should be able to keep you up, and especially if you're in comms with your healer and talking with them, they should be able to heal you. Like you should be able to say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna have a little bit of downtime between my cooldowns right now. Can you just heal a little bit more? Can you use one of your healing cooldowns, cocoon me, paints up me, something like that. So yeah, there should be a little more conversation. The groups are feisty, man. They're yelling at the healer. They're saying, healer, why didn't you bloodlust in the last pack? You have it. You should be bloodlusting as much as you can. Healer, please, why don't you ruthless. You take exception to warriors that charge in and immediately bladestorm while you're positioning. And by taking exception, do you mean that you don't taunt off of them? Do you mean that you let them get hit like 3 or 4 times and you're like, all right, you want to do this? Then maybe you can tank for a little bit. I'll let you tank a few hits. Here you go. You will say though, you don't trust pug range because you don't know where they are or if they're pulling new friends into the fight. That's true. There's especially in stuff like the Motherlode, there's a lot of AoE pulls that can happen because there's no line of sight. So there's a lot of like running into different packs. So yeah, it can happen. The diminishing returns have been added to abilities for PvP. Yes, but if they added them a little bit to PvE, I don't think it would completely break the game. There it is. There's the pull. We can do this actually, right? Okay. And I think it's also gonna pull. Oh no, it didn't pull. Okay. Alright, we're gonna get this guy. Let me pop guard right here, just to be able to take that bomb damage. Oh, it seems like somebody else took the bomb damage for me. That's cool. Not much I can do about it. You're at 17% haste now, so you have moved to Impending Victory. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think my haste is like 14%. Maybe even a little bit less. So yeah, my haste is definitely not crazy up there. Impending Victory is nice, but at the end of the day, If you impending victory on cooldown, it is a 20% heal. No, 15% heal, right? In 30 seconds. If you impending victory on cooldown, it's 0.5% per second. So it's not anything massive. It's not anything game breaking. Over the course of a whole fight, I think the haste and the rage generated from the haste adds up to more if you're good at using your haste. Like if you're running anger management, into the fray is going to pair well with it. If you're running and like I think the haste overall and the rage generated from that haste, more shield slams, more thunderclaps, more shield blocks, I think it adds up to more survivability. That being said, I have not ran the numbers on it, but impending victory, even if you use it on cooldown, does have basically a cap that you cannot overcome. Well, if you run into the fray, it's a little bit more dependent on your skill as a Prot warrior. Which it's not necessarily a bad thing to just run something that's just a straight up heal. Let me do a little bit of healing and we're good. We never dropped combat this whole dungeon. We've been in combat this whole dungeon. At least with the melee, you can see who it was that pulled for me, so you can put him on the list. There's a list. There's a list you have, nerds. A running list of like, I don't like this guy. How's my healer doing? Cool, 100%. Oh, they're still yelling at our healer, man. Can I ask why you take Chi Wave over Eye of the Tiger? I like Chi Wave. I like the burst healing, but the biggest reason why I like Chi Wave is Chi Wave to me is my range pull. So I have Chi Wave on the same button that I have Heroic Throw. So whenever I need to do an LOS pull or anything like that, instead of using Crackling Jade, which uses up my energy, I just use Chi Wave. So yeah, Chi Wave for me is my range pull, and I really like it as that. Like that first talent, I've seen people run all three of them. Yeah, I've seen people run all three of them, to be completely honest with you. But Eye of the Tiger is the one that's definitely the most passive, frees up a global cooldown for sure, by not actually having anything, a different ability added, right? I forgot I can drop statue. Still learning a little bit of this. So as far as the rockets, they are here. Let's just do that. Stand over here. It's not gonna take out anything right now. Okay, it's good to know. Let me drop my statue over here as well. Oh, he got it. He got it in time. Very nice. And is he going to get it in time? No. Right out of it, right? Yeah. You think Brew feels better than Prot Warrior right now? Yes. Yes, I do. Brewmaster is just really smooth. If you're doing... Brewmaster is going to be the best for progression rating. So, come Tuesday... when we are all going to be progression rating because nobody has old gear yet, then Brewmasters are going to be the best at raid tanking. And in 5-mans, Brewmasters are still going to be strong with their stagger. That being said, yeah, they're in a really good spot. If you're pushing high-end keys too, Brewmasters are going to be the high key pushers for you. I didn't get any gear that run. You got one taunt, so he gets to handle the rest of them. Nice, mine. Nice. You use it more for world questing at the moment. Guild runs and dungeons haven't needed it unless a pull goes wrong. Yeah. So impending victory also has that going for it, right? If you get a very good healer on impending victory, you're not using that talent point. Like your healer can keep you up to the point where you don't have to freak out. So the talent point won't always get used, and I am a firm believer that every single talent point you invest is a heavy investment, and you should use that talent point as much as possible. So if I talented into Ring of Peace and I never used it, that's a waste. I might as well be running Tiger Tail Sweep because it's going to reduce the cooldown. It's going to be passive. So like on that Prot Warrior running impending victory, if I have a really good healer with me, or if I trust my mitigation to not take that spike damage, then running impending victory, I might not always use it. I believe it's an investment that's just going to waste. That's you know, impending victory, I don't feel like it does much. If it had a shorter cooldown, If it had a shorter cooldown and maybe no rage cost, then I could see it completely competing with 15% haste. But 15% haste, it's just a lot, man. What do I think the odds are that Blizzard makes some changes to Prot Warrior the next 2 weeks? Not very likely. Right now they're focusing on Feral Druids, and Feral Druids are not done. Not done at all. So the next 2 weeks, not very likely. As far as changing Prot Warriors, by the time the next raid tier comes out, very likely. But next 2 weeks, that's a little too soon. It's a little too soon. They're focusing right now on Ferals. Let me cleanse myself as well. I did get that that poison debuff that goes out here, but since I'm a monk, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to wait for my healer. I don't have to do anything. Just there it is. Cleanse myself, purify a little bit of healing. This is a very substantial pull, and I wouldn't recommend anyone just go out and start doing this heavy of a pull, especially because you do get a lot of those debuffs that you have to be very, very aware of. But it worked out. It worked out. Here we go. We're gonna throw out a stun. Perfect. Let me. Also, I CC'd that one guy back here immediately because he's the one that's just ranged the whole time, right? He's not gonna move. He's just gonna be hitting me from the corner. So yeah, I CC'd him just to get him out of the way. Now we can deal with this guy. Now let's dance, Mr. Crackshot. Impending Victory works well if you have a Disc Priest and you dip low often. Yeah, I can see it working well in certain situations. Again, I find more value with Into the Fray and the amount of haste that it gives. That's where I find the majority of value. But there are certain situations where Impending Victory can pan out, and in order for it to pan out, you're gonna need to use Impending Victory when it's off of cooldown. You're gonna need to use that Impending Victory as soon as you can. So you're gonna have to be in that situation where you can do that. If you have someone, oh no, this is a really big pull now. Let me drop a statue to kind of pick things up for me, and let me CC one of these guys. Let me do a little bit of healing. I don't think this is gonna end well, to be completely honest with you. Let's interrupt that healing bomb. I have a lot of poison effects on me, which all go away with one detox. Oh, one of my DPSers cleaved my my CC off. Cool. And these rogues, by the way, are sometimes jumping onto my Black Ox statue. I'm putting, look at that. You see that? They're putting their poison effects on my statue. That statue can put in work sometimes, man. My paralysis is almost up, and I do see a ranged target way to my left here. So here we go. Let's just paralyze that. It's not a big deal at this point in the pool anymore. Like, we've cleared the large majority of it, but it's still gonna help out a little bit. He's loading these things? What? DK, are you going to help? What are they talking about? You don't mean to be you don't mean a super serious change, but something like IP off the global cooldown. You see mentioned a lot. 443 Prot Warrior never tanked before. Yeah, I think ignore pain off the global is a much needed change. I feel like that one is the needed one. If we want to be fair, like I don't like just saying buff warriors, buff everything about me. I don't want to be crazy overpowered. Like I don't see any joy in being completely broken and completely overpowered. So when we talk about Prot Warrior changes, there's a few things that should get buffed and there's a few things that should get nerfed. I think Mastery needs a nerf. I think it's too strong right now, and I think the buffs should come with, like, ignore pain off the global is a very, very simple and easy one that'll really help out. So the stacking of ignore pain as well. The fact that ignore pain only stacks 1.3 times is troublesome to me, to be honest. And if they nerf Mastery, then we can accept the other buff as well, right? Also, if they want to nerf block value a little bit, that'll be okay, because right now our normal blocks at Mythic 0 are sitting at 40%. In Legion, normal blocking used to sit at 30%, so we're already basically at a 10% buff, and it's only going to get better as we get more block value and shield. So if they want to nerf block value a little bit and nerf our mastery, those are two nerfs I'm okay with. But we do need the buffs of like freeing up our global cooldown is that big one that a lot of people will talk about, and I completely agree. Ignore pain on the global cooldown feels clunky, and I'm just not a fan of it. Let's do a little bit of healing here. Delicious. Delicious. The mob who tosses you can be mitigated by having your range stack in melee. Oh, that's true. Then you just get thrown on top of them. You bet it was a mage that pulled. Can't trust those range. Put him on the list. Put him on the list, guys. Put him on the list. That's it. That's it. Never again will I run a dun. Hey, nice. Nice. An upgrade. Finally. 303. We're almost there. We're almost at heroic territory. And then Glock can carry me. And I can just be like, Glock, I need you to carry me through all these heroics, man. Bufoto wants to say the underdog tank to prove doubters wrong. That's okay. That is part of it, nerds. I don't when people say that something is like completely impossible in a video game, you know, that's one of the things that I'm like, no, it's not. We can make it happen. I'm not gonna say there's always a way, but it's definitely one of those things where if a lot of people are, I definitely like my warrior, and I like my warrior a lot more than I like any other tank, right? This is gonna be a pretty big pull too. So it's definitely a case where I like my warrior a lot. That being said, it also spurs me on a little bit more the fact that there's a lot of warriors are completely broken and unplayable right now. That definitely spurs me on and makes me go, no, it can work. It can work. It's not the prettiest, but it can work. Oh, those two duelist dashes back to back. All right, let me pick these guys up. Yeah, that definitely helps spur me on. So let's get my guard going as well. Alright, we should be good now. That pull got a little hectic. I got hit by the two duelist dashes, and that really messed me up. Alright, perfect. You could see them not wanting to make the global cooldown change for IP because they don't want us to get used to it and consider the nerf. I can agree with that. Yeah. They definitely it's one of those things where they don't want to put ignore pain off the global. Every single iteration of ignore pain that has been in any BFA build, whether it was beta, alpha, it has all been on the global cooldown. There has been none that were off. Even its replacement, bolster, was on the global cooldown. Like it's they definitely don't want to give us a magic mitigator besides spell reflect that is off the global cooldown. I agree with that. That being said, I don't know if they can come up with another fix. The only fix I have been able to come up with ignore pain maintaining its global cooldown is if ignore pain is still on the global, make me do a small AoE hit when I pop ignore pain, right? When I pop ignore pain, make me thunderclap as well or something. When I pop ignore pain, make me swing my shield around. Whatever it is that you want to name it and frame it as. If ignore pain also has a damage component, then we won't be complaining that much because it'll be a threat generator and survivability. It'll be both. I think the biggest thing with ignore pain right now is the fact that it doesn't help generate it doesn't help generate threat. So when you use ignore pain, it just feels bad. It just feels like all I'm trying to do is just survive. I'm just trying to not die. Oh hey, it is the mage that's pulling. There it is, nerds. One of the guys told me that I'm pulling way too much and that I need to stop and to just go straight to the boss. And I was like, guy, this is the pre-boss event. We kind of need this dog. Not him being a dog. We need this dog. The healer position, body pull more. It was the healer body pulling some of them. Tisk, tisk, heals. Tisk, tisk. Proposed change, ignore pain equal reflects all damage ignored. That'd be, oh, hey, that's a good way of wording it. Ignore pain is a bubble, and as soon as ignore pain pops, then whatever you picked up with ignore pain is a small AoE around you. That's a change that I had not thought about, and that's good, man. One of the DPSers is telling me that I'm wrong and that you can skip all this trash and that you don't need it. Oh man, big oof, big oof. All right, so just make sure I don't get hit by that duelist dash. That's the important part. All right. The guy's still arguing with me. Okay, I'm okay. I don't need to over-explain it to him. Pulling mobs because he needs the cloth. That's not even it. It's just I can do it as a Brewmaster monk. You can do those big pulls. It's not, you know, your healer's gonna stress out a little bit. But that being said, this healer can more than handle it. We've started this this dungeon by doing super huge big pulls. Well, let me do this to that guy. Don't like that guy. That guy just sits there and casts all day. I'm not a fan of him. Going bananas. Let's throw my stun out. That would be sweet. Yeah. That would be a really good change. What David proposed. I like that. When you ignore pain, all the pain that like once it expires or if it pops, all that damage gets reflected. That'd be a really nice change. I would love to see that change, because adding a thunderclap would just kind of be one of those things where it's like we're just doing this just to please you all. But yeah, that change kind of makes sense. David, you need to go into game design, man. You need to apply game design for Blizzard. Some people just know everything, don't you know? Yeah, man. We don't need this buff. All 3 bosses active. That's how I like to do this. All 3 bosses active with a 100% damage buff on all of them. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, so let's avoid this guy. This guy goes from his left to his right every single time, Captain Eudora. So it's always good to know what way he jumps over to know how to avoid and how to dodge all of his stuff. Let's get this blackout barrel here. Nice. We get groups that actually DPS the blackout barrel. Let's get out of that. Hey, the warrior standing in the barrel smash. Is that part of the mechanics we need to do? You're not getting hit by the barrel smash? You're dumb. Cool. Oh, man. Alright. So, yeah, Captain Eudora from left to right every single time. So, independent of where Captain Eudora flies to, it's very important to know it's left to right every single time. So, you can dodge the large majority of those shots. Given that you have 1 movement ability at least, right? There's a blackout barrel. We're going to take it out immediately. I saved my keg smash to be able to do a little bit more burst, but yeah, that went down pretty quickly. Applied for the dev team in 2003 and denied. Dude, you should just do it again. Just do it again. Keep applying. Keep applying. The worst thing that can happen is a no. And that's not a big deal. I need to listen to normal dungeon pikes. It's true, man. It's true. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Alright. Now, I don't really want to place a statue here because there's a lot of other things that are pretty dang close to me. So yeah, I'm just not going to place a statue. I could place it behind me, and I shouldn't pull the other group that's over to my right. I shouldn't, but that being said, just in case, I don't see the need to have the statue for this pull. Nice. I just wanted to get away from that going bananas. That going bananas is just one of those things. Adds a little bit of damage. I didn't have my stun ready. This is the group I was talking about. I don't think it would have gotten pulled, but just in case, I'm not gonna throw down my statue. I am also like right on top of a path. There's a path that goes right those guys, and I don't know if the AOE pull is just horizontal, if it's a big sphere around me. So I'd rather just not drop the Black Ox statue in cases like this. You used to manage Blizzard's Microsoft environment for years. That was not fun. What? Sounds like a dream job to me, Brian. I'm sure every time an expansion was coming out, your volume of tickets would increase by a crazy amount, right? They would just be like every single ticket, new expansion, new patches. I'm sure like working in any part, like servicing them or working for them, I'm sure it just comes in waves where it's like, hey, right now it's like crunch time. We need everything running flawlessly. Not everything is running at 130%. So we just need this and that, and then as soon as things go out, you can kind of like take a little breath. So I'm sure it gets really old working in those high stress situations where everything needs to be perfect. Perfect. All right. Again, stack up on these bones. You see these bones right here? This is where you catch the pig, man. You just spam right click on this pile of bones. You catch that pig immediately. Somehow the group is going to aggro non-hostile pig in the pit. Hey, was it Wednesday? Wednesday when we pugged this in Mythic, somebody body pulled these guys in the middle of the boss fight. You really need to go out of your way to body pull those guys. All right, we have another 30 seconds of role playing here. They spend money in buckets and then nothing and then buckets again. Yeah, I'm sure that's how it works. It's like, we need to get this patch going. We need to get this expansion going. This is going to be one of the big patches or something like that. And then the small patches, like the tuning patches, it's just going to be like, no big deal. We don't need to stress out. Hot fixes, yeah, no big deal. We can put a few devs on that. All right, here we go. 3 seconds. Let's go. Spam that pig. Nobody else got him. It's just me so far. Nice, somebody else did it. That warrior that's telling me mechanics is on top of this pig, man. I don't know if this coffee's helping. I don't think it's helping. It's just cold coffee now. To turtily hurt you? Really? I had not heard the copy paste of this before. I hadn't heard that. To turtily hurt you. It really does say that. Oh, Blizzard. Do you guys think that Blizzard has one guy that's in charge of all their puns that does like internal testing? Like just one of their internal testers of the content also writes down puns that they can come up with, like, oh, this quest line has me picking up this or has me doing this. This should be the pun. Or do you think it's a collective effort? Do you think that a lot of the devs in Blizzard love puns? Because I find it a lot better to think of it as like there's just one guy. They have the pun guy, and that guy has a lot of pun at work. I hate myself for that one. I'm sorry, guys. A turtle has made it to the water. I actually, since I don't normally play with WoW sounds on, I actually have never heard that line. I know the meme worthiness of it, but I have actually legitimately never heard a turtle has made it to the water. No, Boom, the turtle didn't make it. Hey, Epic, there was someone on Reddit who stole your idea. You remember you told me, what if we're sending all the turtles to join the army of N'Zoth? Like, what if N'Zoth is behind that world quest and we're sending him turtles that he adds to his army? Somebody posted that on Reddit too. Somebody was like, what if every turtle that we send is actually being added to N'Zoth's army? And I was like, oh, is that epic? Is that epic? What? You think that there is one dev that's in charge? You think the dev in charge of that is Dadgar? Oh man, probably. I can see the same person doing Dadgar doing that. You saw someone walking on the ledge while RPing and you pull giant. Oh god. I should be paying a little bit more attention to like ISB uptime, but since this is normal, I'm looking down and reading the chat. Sometimes it goes on. As a father of two, you approve your pun attempts. You got any more of them dad jokes? You got any more of those? Oh man, they're so terrible, man. They're so terrible. Someone read the chat, I guess. I kid you not. I saw it. I saw that thread happen, and I was like, oh man, that's exactly what Epic was talking about. Is this Epic? Did I find Epic on Reddit? You have a vision of 20 people sitting in a room all smoking tons of weed and recording it all, and they go back and review the tapes, write down the stupidest statements. The WoW develop. So you're saying that the WoW development team is just like 20 people all just hotboxing it? They're just like, guys, what do you think we should add to this quest? What is it? It's a giant turtle. Can he eat pizza and live in a sewer? No? Okay, no, we can't do that one. Can we do this? Can we do that? And they just add a bunch of puns. They are in Irvine, so recreationally it is allowed, as long as company policy allows it. Let's throw paralysis out here. So paralysis, that caster in the back, just, you know, not a fan of magic casters. Let's just keep them at bay. And we should be all set for the rest of this pull. We're going to pull this guy over here. I'm okay with that. And now we can pull this magic caster. I have my interrupt ready for him too. There's a thundering squall. Interrupt. And we're ready to go. Now I don't want to pull the other pack that's going to be at the top right before the boss. Let me purify a little bit. We're getting a little heavy on the staggers there. Do a little bit of the healing brew. I have the talent. You got to use it. Again, don't waste your talent points. And we should be good. Blade Barrage. That's going to add the damage. There's that Blade Barrage damage. I did do a Purify there. And one more Healing Brew. I should have most of my Healing Brew back by the time we go do the boss. We do need to get in position for the boss as well. So let me take off my Ox statue. And hopefully we don't get a body pull. Although probably will get a body pull. Nope, nope. Not that side of the cannon. Nope. Over here. Over here. Yeah, there's the body pull. Guys, sometimes you just have to laugh. Sometimes you have to laugh at life, or else you drive yourself crazy. Alright. This pull is going to hurt. I'm just going to go ahead right now and pop Fortifying Brew. Just to be completely honest with you, this is when the large majority of this damage is going out. It's a lot of damage with the dogs and the enforcers. They're just going to add up to a lot of damage. My guard is down, so let me just pop that Fortifying Brew. Just the big cooldowns. Bring in the big guns. Just make sure that this pack goes down relatively smoothly. I'm going to do a little bit of cleansing there, of purifying rather. And just Tiger Palming right now to get that ISB back down. Alright. We have a completely clean platform. Nice, another body. Oh man, doesn't it? Do you guys out there pug as much as I do? Does it start to wear on you a little bit? Does it make you a little bit crazy how much you see body pulls and ninja pulls? Is it just me? Sometimes, some days I'm unaffected by it. Other days I'm like, oh man, I was trying to do something. I was trying to line things up. And I think that the days that I'm trying to line things up a little bit more, like right now, I'm not the best Brewmaster tank, so I'm trying to learn Brewmaster, and I think that's one of those things where it's like, all right, I'm trying to prepare myself, trying to get ready for the pull, and all of a sudden it's like, nope, the pull started already, no preparation, just jump in, do it. And that's one of those things where it's like, on my Prot warrior, I would just, you know, pop avatar, pick everything up. Let me do that. Haha, paralysis on that ad. You guys see that? We hit that ad with the flex, right? Isn't that what it means? And look at that. That ad after a while blows up. Perfect. Perfect. Love it. You don't pug ever, and you owe it all to your channel. Brendan, you never pug? Well, yeah, that's true. You started your guild. You started your guild and your GM. So I imagine you have plenty of people. You have a lot of mythic raiders at your disposal to run keys. And you also have a very solid 5-man team. You can't stand body pulls, it throws you off. That's what it is. It just throws off your mojo. And when you're on a new tank, or when you're gearing up, when you're trying to like, okay, hold on, 2 seconds left for me to get my charge of shield block up. You know, those like little things in your mind, you're waiting, and then somebody just walks into the pull. It's one of those things that just throws you off. It just knocks you off your feet, and you're like, ah, I wanted things to happen this way. The mage body pull there, he's been on the list since the beginning. You singled him out. Yes, you did, nerds. I remember. You're the one calling out that mage, and that mage did it a lot this dungeon. A lot. Someone read the chat. You stopped tanking pugs because of that? It'll wear on you a little bit. After a while, it's just one of those things. 303. I'm almost there. Almost there. Just need a few more upgrades. If I wanted to invest the money into a Dark Moon deck, I would definitely get up there. It's peanut butter jelly time. Seems like pugs go to shit when you're not tanking them. Yeah, I tank most of my pugs. Every now and then I'll go arms. Like if I need the footage to show you guys different boss guides or anything, I won't go tank. But for the large majority, I tank them. You did pug a Holy Pally for a Moss Souls plus 16. How'd that go, Brendan? Plus 16 isn't that bad. If he had the item level, should have been okay. For me, pug is fun. Very frustrating sometimes, but still fun. Yes. You know what I do like is the first week a new raid is out, pugging that content. Everybody actually hops into Discord, and people don't like to waste their own time. So everybody hops into Discord and actually tries to down the boss. I like that in a new dungeon, 5 people just try to run in there and just get the dungeon done because the difficulty is seen as a lot less. But when a new raid comes out and everybody jumps in comms, I like that feeling. I definitely enjoy that feeling. It's one of those things where I'm like, this is nice. Why can't we all always strive to like learn the mechanics and do things correctly? You have to be a special kind of player to love tank pugs. Yeah. The reason why I ever became a tank was I had a very bad tank in one of my old guilds. And that tank told me that I had no idea how to tank. And so I wasn't allowed to tell him that he shouldn't be losing threat to a healer. So he was like, you have no idea what's going on. So I was like, all right, I'll become a tank. We'll see how it goes. And ever since that Holy Pally was you? Oh no, that plus 16 was terrible, Brendan. Let's not talk about it. We did a plus 16. Brendan, I also did a plus 20 or a plus 19 with you. The plus 16 we did was fine. The plus 20, yeah, that was rough, Brendan. Don't pug me again, especially not on my healer. Pug me all you want on my tank, but on my healer, oh man, I was way outgeared, man. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's stream. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate you all. Shout out to all the sponsors, patrons, everybody who stopped by, all you guys active in the chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for keeping this chat active. I will see you next week for Uldir. Uldir comes out on Tuesday. I will probably be streaming my raid progression. So if you guys want to come here on Tuesday night, Tuesday afternoon for me, 5 to 8 p.m. Pacific, I will be streaming that. I can't guarantee I'll be as active with you guys because streaming and progression comes first, and kind of downing everything for the guild comes first. So I will be paying attention a lot more to the raid progression, but I'll probably be streaming that and then have our normal stream on Wednesday where we can run a bunch of Mythic Plus keys on my Prot Warrior and get as much gear as possible for then raiding on Thursday as well again. So I'm looking forward to Uldir. I'm very happy it's here. I'm done gearing up my Prot Warrior, but thank you guys again for stopping by. We are going to have the normally scheduled streams Wednesday and Friday for sure next week, and probably the Tuesday, Thursday raid progression as well. You like tanking your first Mythic? I'll see you all. I'll see y'all later. Looking forward to the Brendan shout out. Yeah, I'm telling Brendan. Whenever Brendan's ready, man. Thanks for our content. You love tuning in and watching. Thank you, Brendan. Everybody, enjoy your weekend. And I will see you all next week when Uldir comes out. Befuddled is Mythic ready? Yes, he is, man. 341. 341.